Hey, let's go ahead and begin. Woo! How's it going, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We also get camera's back. We do a quick YouTube's test to make sure everything is working good there. It probably is. Let's find out. And there we go. Say hello to all you nice people here. Hello, hello, Jay. How you doing? Congratulations on your first. How you doing, Steve? How you doing, Moss? How you doing, Nobody? How you doing, Ars? And Ramnor, and Silencer, and Omantis, and Chieftain. And, oh fuck! There we go. It's still going. And Datrick, how you doing? Matthew, and I believe I got everyone. If I missed it, let me know. How are you, nerds? Today has been a very mixed day. Overall, pretty good. Today was definitely like getting errands done. However, my 3D printer fucking is broken. It was already kind of on its last legs, but now there's just like a solid inch of dead screen, which would be fine. I could print around it, but now the inch always cures, so it fucks up the entire print. Tomorrow for is it Christopher Columbus Day? That's one of those holidays I forget exist. I don't even know I don't believe the guild celebrates it at all. I know there's a lot of those holidays that like people I know who have like regular humans jobs get that day off, and I'm like, man, that seems, I guess. No, I'm not expecting to. I think they've been trying to like get rid of Christopher Columbus Day. I think it's like a rebrand. I don't know exactly how that's going. Probably. But yeah. Otherwise, I'm doing pretty good. Today was laundry day. How's how you doing, War Master? What's with that Slanesh looking miniature? No, this is just a lovely little lad. Listen, the guild is probably morally dubious, but they're not the IRS. That would be nice. I feel like an IRS would actually be a steadier job in the long run, but no, I don't think I want to do that. I don't want to be the guy. How's how you doing, dude? Yeah, I've been aware. If you haven't learned about this yet, there was a pretty big Pokemon leak, and I was introduced to it like right after stream yesterday, and my thought process originally was like, oh, cool. Like I had some. Oh, hold on, we got an ad going, and then after that's done, I will talk about the hell we live in. God, because it's fucking bizarre. It's fucking bizarre. I gotta wait so I get all you nerds ready, just like strapped into this room, unable to flee, as I give upon you this cursed information. I'm also mixing up some what's it called? Some like 1 drop of Sword Hilt Burgundy with 5 drops of Griffin Claw. There we go. Are they actually? So basically, what's happened is initially there was like beta, like people were like, "Ooh, beta Pokemon," and they were because like there's. It's also like in the same way that Zelda has like a kind of like I think there's always been a Zelda timeline, but then they did Hyrule Historia and kind of canonized it a little bit. And people are like, ooh, Pokemon timeline and some other cool stuff. And then now people have been finding like documents, and I don't know exactly the full extent of like why this leak exists even. Like I know there was like a big Nintendo leak that was in some like I believe some like maybe some Chinese servers, I'm not sure, a couple of years ago, which led to fun stuff like the source code for Super Mario 64 getting leaked, so people were able to like data mine Luigi and stuff. Like that was fun. But people have found multiple documents in this Pokemon leak about people fucking Pokemon. And that was already kind of a throwaway line in like one of the Japanese versions. It's like a long time ago, people and Pokemon weren't so different, and they intermarried or whatever. How you doing, Shiny Mew? Oh, your name is real unfortunate in this discussion. We're talking about the Pokemon leaks a little bit, and like people like weirdos online are always like, "Ooh, there we go. That's a fun little thing I could use for my nonsense." And you know, it's whatever. But there's like a lot of documents now involving Pokemon and human from Game Freak, making it kind of canonical. And it's not even like Pokemon you would think. That's how you do it, Nitrous. Yeah, it's like there's like a document of like this man fucked an octillery and gave and then it had eggs, and I think there was like another one I saw on Twitter. There's multiple of this now, which is wild, which I don't understand. I don't understand why. Was it if this is like, oh, that's not really like Fujo behavior, I guess, unless like somebody's like, I don't know. It's still fucking wild though. It's absolutely still fucking wild. The Pokemon intelligence, I think, has always been one of those like questionable things, because like even like, I know the Pokedex entries are basically bunk, but they're like, yo, Alakazam is legitimately stupid smart, like probably objectively smarter than people. Even if like what's it like? It's like it's got like a billion IQ, because you know Pokedex entries are very silly. But like, but then there's other ones. It's like a Geodude. I don't know if a Geo. I don't know if anyone's fucking Geodudes either. But it's like, I don't know if like a Geodude is smart enough to consent. How you doing, Rat King? How you doing? Congratulations. Thank you for the waving pumpkin. We're talking about horrible stuff. I don't know. I don't know the Alakazam deep lore. I like Alakazam a lot, actually. Alakazam's a really fun Pokemon. I don't know the logistics. It would be a rocky, really goddamn. They try to kill what they fuck. What's that? There's like an image a long time ago I remember seeing on the internet of like two kind of bloody looking like emo girls, and one just says, I kill everything I fuck, and the other says, I fuck everything I kill. I think that resurfaces every couple of years, because that type of woman is still very much in demand. Are people fucking Typhlosion? Oh, it's I don't know. I haven't fully looked at the documents yet. I don't know if I really want to. Like, I think it's one of those things that people around me are gonna gaze into the abyss and they're gonna relay it to me. I'm gonna be like, damn, ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Lotion was. I hate that line somehow more than the sex. I don't know why. It's like Typhlosion was my starter in gold. Like I did the stupid thing where it's like, what is strategy? I'll just level my Typhlosion to 100. And then I will beat the game that way. I don't remember why. I would just grind the Elite Four a lot just with my Typhlosion for no real reason. I think even after I beat the Elite Four, which Typhlosion was still vastly over-leveled compared to my other Pokemon, I would still do that. How you doing, Auto Butter? How you doing? Have I eaten good treasures? What, really? How am I eating treasures, apparently? How's how you doing, Sunbloke? How you doing? Welcome. It's snuff. That's a painful pun. I see where you're going with that. I don't know. So yeah, I'm just now at the point where I'm just gonna passively, I guess, just see these weird Pokemon spoilers. It's like I was excited for there's like a couple of like concept art where they had like a really cool artist that did Pokemon in kind of like an edgier style. Which I was like, ooh, because like there's like a, what's his name, like Cacnea or whatever? There's like that one dark cactus Pokemon that no one ever remembers. That had like actually like a really, really neat style to it. And I was like, oh shit, this is really cool. Cacnea, there we go. And I was like, oh fuck, like this is cool. Like that's a cool thing from the leaks. I would have loved to seen that. And then there's like a couple, like, you know, you see some like Pokemon that didn't exist. Or like, oh, this Pokemon existed, but it was eventually radically changed into like a different Pokemon. Because you kind of get those things. It's like, oh, this was going to be an evolution for a different Pokemon, but we've like flipped it around and we kind of like rejustified it. I was like, oh, that's cool. I like that stuff. And then the floodgates to hell have opened, and then we have all stared into the abyss, the Pokemon abyss. But yeah, today's goal is to paint some fat guys, so we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna do it like, yeah, I'm trying to get like the skin a bit paler with some like little pinky bits in there. I actually did it a little. I'll probably have to go back and touch up a little bits and pieces. Fine, the Pokebiss is due real. Pokebiss. I don't know why I'm like that, but besides that, I don't know if anything else particularly wild has been happening besides printer die, Pokeabyss. I've been more. I'm very close to Infant Divine wrapping up. I think I got like roughly 2 more hours of the book to go. That is kind of the nice thing about doing it in audiobook format, is like you know exactly when the book is going to wrap up. That's how you doing, Lunimo. It's the Pokemon had a big leak, and people have been finding. Um, there was a while back where I think Osamu Tezuka, kind of like one of the grandfathers of anime, had a drawer that was opened up, and it was just filled with like weird erotic pictures of furry rat women. We're basically now finding the Game Freak Pokemon equivalent of that, and it's a lot. There's other cool stuff in there, like we got to see cool alt forms and like get some of the cosmology nailed down a little bit. Just to pick up, I imagine Charmander would be the best flamethrower because like you got like I don't know, pull the tail and just have it breathe fire maybe. I don't know. Sure, it'd probably be. I feel like there'd be like a more obvious option. I used to seriously do keep up with every Pokemon, and now I'm just so falling behind that I could not give a shit on a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, no, like Disney's had some weird stuff. There's also like some. I vaguely remember something happening with like Rugrats where they had like. Not, I don't think it was porn, but there was like I think animators would always do like little joke versions of their animations, including making ones that were they're like making like real crude jokes and shit. I feel like that was like a rumor that one got found out and like some of the like Nickelodeon execs got mad. Something like that. Cynical could work too. Proper Disney. Oh yeah. So like Disney now owns all these like weird sketches. Also the same way that if I remember right, there was I haven't seen it, but I know that there's like a Super Mario Bros. Like live action porn parody that I remember Nintendo bought, so its distribution rights could not be like, so no one could distribute it, and that's just like something Nintendo owns. It's just in the Nintendo vaults next to, I don't know, memorabilia and whatnot. It's copyright, that means it can't true. Then again, Nintendo also hits those with like copyright strikes a lot. But to be fair, it's also just like, yeah, I just made 8 billion pictures of Daisy, and they're like, I wish you wouldn't do that. That's how you doing, Fuber. Why you talk about Nickelodeon? Just just like those like people who work on animation sometimes do little like fun little things afterwards, and I believe some of the Rugrats people got in trouble for that years ago. How you doing, Legerman? How you doing? Pick armies. Ooh, fuck yeah, let's go. That's a thing too. I need to actually now look at like what's out there for like new 3D printers, because mine is I was originally just gonna see like fuck it, maybe I can maybe fuck it, I can just get the same screen fix I did last time. I don't think that screen is easy to find anymore. Like I think my printer is just so old. Then again though, like apparently my printer is not even a 4K, it's a 2K, so it's like ancient in 3D printing terms. So it's like I was probably due for it. Yeah, I have not seen it myself, so I actually don't know how bad it is. So I'm fun with like all the question marks and like quotation marks you need. How you doing, Pato? How you doing? Look. I'm painting skin on the large left. Oh, it's like pretty streaky. I think there's like always like this like little bit of like some of the skin transition stuff I need to work on. Or I think it's just layering actually, because like I'm basically hitting the ass the same level of like paint, kind of thinner and just kind of and the stroke patterns going pretty good. So that seems to be blending. I also think eventually to wash will even replace an LCD. I've done that before. I've done that before. It's so previously I did this because I had an issue where early on with my 3D printing, like I put too much resin in there, and like my print bed, like my dish said that you could put like a lot of resin in there, so I did, and then it just like squished down and poured some resin over the top, and that kind of leaked in and shorted out the screen. I've fixed it before, and according to Amazon, the last time I fixed it was like 2 years ago, like early 2 years ago, which so like that's not the worst deal. But the thing is, I can no longer buy that part on Amazon. So it's like, I have to go through specialty retailers. Now, would that be the worst thing to do? Go through a bunch of specialty retailers to find a replacement screen for my incredibly old 3D printer? It's doable. Do I want to? Like, do I want to keep investing time and effort in maintaining an inferior printer, I guess? Going some animation of it. Yeah, from what I understand, I remember a long time ago I read like a big Disney history. Walt Disney was not a dude who was into fun. That's a fucking mistake. That's not a great idea. Yeah, and like the one I'm eyeing right now, I'm not looking to get like a top of the line. I'm looking at a Elegoo Mars 3. which I think even at this point is like still pretty big upgrade for what I have right now, and that's only like 150. He seemed like he was like a very weird dude. Like very, very, very weird, very kind of like businessy, made strange choices. Like he did something right in the terms of like getting Disney off the ground, but it did not seem like a fun guy to work for. A lot of questionable decisions. Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, he was definitely like sometimes it happens with like artistic fields where there's like a guy who's like in there because he knows the business will be good, and which gets stuff made, but by the same token, you're like, oh no, you are certainly a guy. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like Tolkien also, I'm sure the dude's nice enough. I could also believe Tolkien did not like a lot of people. Like if you told me that Tolkien had a like dwarf style book of grudges, I would absolutely fucking believe you. Like I would not doubt that for a second. Like just like one of those book of grudges, and then like on the book there's just like Italians exclamation mark. It probably wasn't like that bad, but I would also believe that Tolkien just did not like a lot of people. I can totally imagine he just did not like a lot of people. So how you doing, Prim? How you doing? Welcome. I'm painting the folds on the large lad. We're talking about Disney being Disney. God damn it! I was like, I knew that was a pun, and I read it, and it just like I understood it, but it's still just like what, Which I mean, once again, that's the correct state for doing a pun, but still. But still, yeah, no, it's been all because I took a class on Disney, which sounds bizarre, but like back at the time I had a requirement for like a liberal arts kind of just like one-off class thing, just like one of those like arts classes. And it was during the summer when I needed to like cram for some stuff. So I was like, I didn't have it was very cool, to be fair. It was very, very cool. We got to check out, like, a lot of it was just like, yo, read the source material. Okay, like a whole ass book in a week. And then we're going to go ahead and like watch the movie and then compare and then also talk about some of the other stuff. Like, I think that was the first time I ever like read Pinocchio. And like, once again, Pinocchio is a massive fucking prick. Jesus Christ. Like, I think a lot of us have watched Pinocchio, but we just kind of forget how he's kind of an asshole. But like, even the books especially, he's somehow a bigger asshole in the book. Which I guess is just kind of the general, like, a lot of fairy tales, the main character is a huge fucking dick. Like, man, Pinocchio, fucking bastard. You absolute cretin of a puppet. It's amazing that Geppetto loved you because you did nothing but brought that man sadness. I guess it'd be like that sometimes. Never seen Pinocchio. It's fine, I guess. I don't know. It's like one of the Disney classics, but it's one that doesn't really resonate with me a huge amount. Like, I think growing up, I didn't even watch it a whole lot. I'm trying to think, because like, my family wasn't like a Disney family, but we did like I did have a younger sister, and thus we did end up watching like The Little Mermaid a lot, kind of dealio. Which, like, once again, Little Mermaid's not a bad movie, but it's also like not my favorite. It's like that, and then it was like kind of like all the ones that were more princessy. I mean, I guess a lot of Disney movies, but like you get the, I'm about to say Princess Mononoke, which is not a Disney movie. It's a very good movie though, but not that. Like like Pocahontas and like I don't think we did Beauty and the Beast a lot. I think we did Beauty and the Beast a lot, but yeah, no, this it was definitely, I did live during that era where like most families had like the white there was like a basically Disney, like, like, step around, children, Grandpa House going to tell you about VHS. Like, growing up, I feel like every family where I was at had at least like a couple of those like old white Disney clamshell cases. Because like a lot of VHSs, you would just either have like a flimsy box or whatever, but these had these like big, chunky white plastic cases. So like there was basically like Disney movies available in most households where I was at growing up. Like, not even the ones that especially were like, we had kids. Yeah, they did have the puffy covers too. Yeah. Blame Slug on Orc Boys? Like, really? That feels kind of weird. I feel like orcs would definitely be. Oh no, Dual Slug is, I guess. I could see an orc John wooing it pretty hard, but by the same token, I also see dual wielding Chop is more likely. Yeah, I don't think they ever stay closed very well, but like, I think that's one of those things you just kind of close them and like, you know, like when you have like an overstuff locker, stuff locker, you just like, you shove a bunch of shit into it and then you shut it really, really, really quick and just kind of cram it and just hope that everything will stay like generally in the same. We're beginning to build like that sick kind of flesh on this. I think I'm getting like the better tone. I need to do like, I'm aware of glazing. This is technically a glazing stream. And I've practiced it. I've definitely gotten better at it. Definitely gotten better at glazing, but like there's still a lot of nuance to technique. It's effectively just building up colors with like really, really thin watery shades. You know, just trying to get good at enough that it doesn't like look super runny. So sick it runs a gas. How do you accurately describe my room? I mean, because I also live in that room. Well, that's my actual room itself is not too bad. So like, I did move Nanners into my room. Because like, you know, she needs heat and I keep my room heated during the winter, so it's good. This is going to be for Trench Crusades, the Court of the Seven-Headed Serpent, and also maybe the Heretic Legion. Basically, both of them have access to a unit called a Wretch. They are human slaves to the forces of hell. With the idea that, like, if you want to use them for, like, blood magic. Like, demons use blood magic in this game. But they can't use, like, blood tokens that are generated by demon units. So you gotta keep some... You either gotta hurt your opponents a lot, which, you know, that's a thing you can do. Or you bring some of these guys, which are just incredibly cheap mortals that you can just wail on. Like, you specifically can equip some of your dudes with torture implements so they can torture these guys extra well. So you get like a bunch of extra blood without the chance of killing them, which is pretty spicy. But yeah, I because I got given the Pit Locust, and I was like, he's a really cool model. I would like to have a whole group for him. It's just like a little, like, both a token of thanks and just because I would like to have one army of everything. That's another thing too. It's like I gotta get a new 3D printer before the Kickstarter officially drops. Then again, I guess I don't know when the STLs would formally release for that, but I just have to. I guess I have to be kind of... I guess I don't need one super now, but also been doing a lot of 3D printing parts. Oh, yeah. Trench Crusade is a very, like, metal setting. 100%. These... So they don't have official models yet. These are ones I picked from Bestiarum because I use them for a lot of stuff, and honestly, the look of, like, a guy who's just kind of been, like, whipped and changed, like, it's kind of hard to tell. I got little like cuts in his back from the whip marks. Who's the best adorable animal? I don't know. I like both. I kind of like the independent nature of a cat, where it's just like you're chilling, it's chilling every now and then. Your chilling interacts, but like, you know, sometimes you see like I don't hate dogs. I love dogs a bunch. I don't have either because I live in a house filled with chemicals and sadness. So like. I would fear the day that, like, a dog or a cat would bump into a shelf and just get, bump into, like, my clinging station and just get doused in isopropyl alcohol filled with resin. Mind you, I could take extra steps to prevent that. I probably would. But, like, by the same metric, like, I don't know. I don't want to do that. Probably would have been a good idea for me if I was going to get a dog or a cat. It would have been during quarantine because I could just spend all time with it. But, like, I'm okay with Nanners. Nanners is a good level of pet for me. I'm cool with it. I feel like a dog would be good if I had, like, someone else in the household. Like, I live by myself, so, like, if I'm at work, that means, like, a dog would be alone. Or even cats. I know you can leave dogs alone. But I don't know. I feel bad. I feel bad doing that. I know some dogs will just like sleep during the day and just wait for their owner to come home and then they'll play and then they'll also sleep during night as well. Just like, you know, just like a Goldilocks zone of dogs. Yeah. Because like I've had pets in my family before when I was younger, and it's like I know how they generally act, and like it's, you know, cats are fun, but they can be sneaky if they want to. They can be sneaky if they want. That's true. I could get 2 dogs, but I feel like that doubles things up quite a bit. I know that's like, especially for like rats, you need to get like multiple. That's also another thing. I would kind of like rats, but also I've mentioned before, I don't think generally you want to have rats in a household with a snake. Not for the rat's sake. Nanners is not breaking out and eating the rats. She's once again. Nanners is a predator, but she's also basically entirely like dependent on me to live. So like, let's just say one day, all of you who own cats and dogs, like let's say you spontaneously combust going home. Like your cats and dogs could escape into the wild, and like maybe they wouldn't have the greatest time. They would at least like function. Like the instinct is still there. If Nanners went out into the wild, one, it's getting to be winter time. She would not do well because ball pythons are like desert snakes-ish. And how you doing, girl? How you doing? Nice. But also, like, there's not a lot of rats where I'm at. She would just not, and she's got a brain problem, so she couldn't hunt really well either. It just would not be a good time to be a snake. Get a pet rat, use hair dye, not paint. I'm not gonna paint my rat. I'm not gonna paint my actual rats. Legion Imperialis. I think conceptually it's neat. I have too many projects to consider looking into it. The new Dark Mechanicum stuff that's been released has been pretty cool. I like me a good Spider Walker. But yeah, it's I know, maybe not Imperialis, but I know Epic for years people have been like, yo, Epic is probably one of the best games that is good to play because Games Workshop abandoned it and the player base took it in and, you know, just kind of revitalized it. But I haven't really fucked around with that scale much myself either. I don't think it's a bad scale per se. It's just the desire has not been there. The desire. I've never had the ramen burger. I figure out the chop a bit use. I feel like an axe is a good classic orc. I know like a machete would be fun, and I know a lot of orcs do have machetes, but there's like something nice about an orc with a fucking axe. The big chopper. I like that quite a bit. I also was like looking back at the big lad, and I saw somebody else's big lad, like the squig off that I painted yesterday, and I was like, "How you doing, Di? Welcome. How you doing? How you doing?" But I saw someone else's guy, and I was like, "Oh, there's some other ideas I want to do on mine." So I thought it was a lot closer to being done, but I'm like, no, there's some other stuff I want to do. I want to like dry brush the belly a bit yellower. I want to do something with the face. I'm doing pretty good. My 3D printer died today, but otherwise today's been pretty nice. I've also been getting a little hubbing done off stream. This is the first mini I've painted basically entirely off stream. For Relic Blade. He's actually done. I haven't taken like a good photo yet, but check it out. Check out the Zombo. I got some fake snow, which is looking pretty good. This is AK Interactive Snow Sprinkles. I got a really good shiny armor bits, which are doing pretty good. Doing some dry brush copper and stuff like that for the oxidized stuff. I'm really... Oh yeah, he's a cold zombie. And then he's he's got the tanned flesh shield with some little drippy bits, as one does. You know, if you try to fuck around with his necromancer, he will cut you and put you on his shield as an intimidation tactic. Got some old wood back there. I'm pretty happy how he turned out. I'm gonna witch. What do? I think I need to hit up the wood on both of them. You're doing the skin? I think doing the skin has been... How you doing, Aaron? Welcome. The chunky boy is for Trench Crusade. They're going to be wretches, which are horrible whipped creatures that are used for blood not sacrifice, because sacrifice implies losing them. You use them to generate blood, which you use for spells, which is pretty legit. Doing good. Fuck yeah, let's go. I'm doing pretty all right. I'm doing pretty legit in the grand scheme of things. I did some other stuff too, like it on. Where do you keep all my painted miniatures? So what I've been doing lately, there is a thing called a really useful box. It's a kind of like a nice stackable. Yeah, rip my 3D printer. I'll get a new one at some point. The financial dip is going to be kind of rough, but I haven't bought any stupid big models this month, so it'll be the worst financially. But yeah, I get a bunch of those. They are pretty nice. Then what I do is I magnetize them. Usually, so I basically get like a big thing of sheet metal from Home Depot. I cut it out into the appropriate size, and I use construction adhesive, like, the kind that requires like a caulking gun to apply. I then do that, and that turns out pretty good. It's like sometimes if I apply the adhesive a little wrong, it kind of wiggles a little bit, but like they're not exposed to the elements. I can take them to my store pretty easy. They stack up on my shelves. It's a good way. I would like to maybe get a more official. I would like to get my stuff a bit more officially put together. Maybe like get me like a nice little carrying case or something. But that's like kind of lower on there. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's if you would like your own mini hell. You can get the STL for that from the wonderful Sir Nicholas. Yeah. The thing you can do. Oh yeah, it's funny too, especially about being a blood battery. So there's these guys, which are like the next biggest one up, which are Yoke Fiends. He's not painted yet. They can get torture implements, which are melee weapons that, if you want, can like whenever models in Trench Crusade don't have health. Whenever you hit them, you have a better and better chance of like rolling on an injury table to knock them out. And if you don't knock them out, usually models will obtain blood tokens. And blood tokens are typically spent to like by your opponent to either give you worse rolls in general or to like make you roll worse results on the injury table. But basically, like the torture implements, when you hit your own unit, you can be like, nah, I actually don't want this to kill you, as opposed to most melee weapons where the implication is, like shoot to kill or stab to kill, which is kind of fun. Oh yeah, he's supposed to. Basically, the Yoke Fiends in the lore are like weird, like inbred dregs of beasts and demons that kind of like get bullied around by like the bigger ones that actually fucking matter. Very neat. How you doing, Vortex? How you doing? Welcome. Welcome back. Welcome back from Brazil. That's just a Twitter thing, but yeah. How you doing? Currently applying paint to a sad fat man. As one does. I'm sure we've all been there, applying paint to a sad fat man. For me, the glazing trickiness is like getting it so it's thin enough that it's not like it can be spreadable and you can still like see the buildup of color, but also like not just like pool up and get. I think he's turning up pretty good. Yeah, I think if I could get it really watery and do like a quick kind of little dab on my what's it called, on my bub, kind of tweak it a little bit. I want him like I went heavy on the pink, but the pink is more like the end result, like not the foundation. Sorry, the end result's just more pale and sick. So Yoke Fiends are kind of that thing where like they're shitty, but they are high enough on the totem pole that like they're not at the bottom. The bottom are the Wretches, so they take out their shit on the Wretches. I know nothing about pinball, so for minis, I guess you could like 3D print some figures and put them in a pinball. I don't know if that would like fuck with like the I don't know, scoring and whatnot. But yeah, so it's yeah, there, yeah. Wretches so I don't think Yoke Fiends have any like mobility either in the demon hierarchy, but Wretches basically are there to die, be sacrificed, or if they're very lucky, they beat up a elite unit, and then by the rules of hell, they are allowed to go free because it's like an act of defiance that kind of mimics the initial schism between heaven and hell. That's a very fun thing. Different VTubers. Oh yeah, there's a ton of us. Once again, I still in the most old man way possible. I remember when then there was enough VTubers, like a small enough number of VTubers in the English sphere that you could put your debut on your calendar. And people would make like, we're gonna go check out this VTuber, they're debuting. You can't do that. There's just too many. There's just too many. Even the things of like relatively like I don't know. I don't know if I would say they would have died down since they've. I think the bubble hasn't quite popped, but it has receded a bit. Subscribe. Yeah, I don't see why not. Fucking go for it. Oh yeah, no, they can't unionize either. It's even during the battle, they're loaded up with combat drugs and stuff, so they're kind of dazed, so they don't really know what's going on. So they're just not having a grand. You do homebrew and orc borderland. You could probably. It depends. It depends on what you want out of orcs. I think you could probably get away with using the Heretic Legions as orcs or New Antioch, depending if you want to go more shooty or stabby. I think you could probably do fine with either of those. Yeah, I think those would both be good bases if you wanted to do that and just kind of lean into like certain weapon styles and whatnot. Just get many. Yeah, I don't know what's it called. Here's some Ryamu. Let him go. But yeah, I don't know if you would need to homebrew anything. I would actually say maybe look at there's like a what's it called? There's a Scottish variant. I want to say like New Albion for New Antioch. That I think would actually be pretty good because it's like more melee focused, but you still got some like guns and machine armor. I think that could work for orcs. How you doing, Dentalian? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. If you do not know me, I am Habernot, the Mimic Elf. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety, and today I'm painting sad, fat lads showing the cake. But how you doing, Belner? Welcome. Stretch. Oh yeah, that's a new Dragon Ball Z game. I am vaguely aware about that. Ugh, there we go. I'm vaguely aware of that game. Like, is that supposed to be like another like Fighter Z, or is it more like the Tenkaichi games where it's like more? It's not. It's a fighting game, but the fighting like being like an esport, like good fighting, like being a serious fighting game is not the point. It's about recreating battles and just doing big slaps. Free bum, yeah, he's do be eating that that thong, I guess. Tenkaichi, there we go. How you doing, Meister Miller? The big lots are going pretty good. I am basically just trying to work on getting the skin to look, you know, good. Kind of sickly glazing it. Getting into the folds. Trying to take this kind of slow, kind of smooth. You know, it's going pretty good. I think this guy's back is kind of like a bit of a mess. I'm gonna try to fix that. And yeah, there we go. Like the old games. I've not played as actually. I don't think I've actually played a Dragon Ball Z game outside of. I think there was a Game Boy Advance Dragon Ball Z RPG. I feel like I've played that a tiny bit, but otherwise, no. How you doing, Big Off? How you doing? Welcome. I mean, that's one of those things. If it's an aesthetic, that doesn't matter. You just find a faction that works for that, like just like mechanically. I think you can kind of do that as well. Like you could do like fucking Trench Pilgrims, Mad Max style, where they're all just like, you know, gas. I guess the tricky thing is Trench Crusade doesn't have vehicles, so depending if you want to like really lean into like that aspect, you probably can't really do much. But yeah, I still think you could like do that with the existing factions, which would have a better time playing people, because homebrew in war games is tricky because you need to be playing with someone else who's down for it. Pineapple fried rice. Hey, yo, let's go. He was reading. Oh, that's annoying. I guess you kind of have to do that though to a certain degree, because otherwise, like, they'll just get fucking clowned on because they can't think. Oh, I'm glad. It sounds like overall though you're having fun. So hell yeah. My real like connection to Dragon Ball Z does not really. I used to watch it little bits and pieces because like my main like I growing up I lived with my adopted mother, and we didn't have like super stable like cable for a while, but at my adopted father's house he had Cartoon Network, but very, very briefly. So like I would be able to catch like little flickers of like this, which kind of a weird fringe benefit of everything in Dragon Ball taking forever. I can be like, oh shit, he's still fighting Cell. Nice. Okay. What's going on? Cell looks a little different, but that's fine. That's alright. That's whatever. But that was kind of a fun I don't think that's like a great thing, honestly, but whatever. Yeah. So yeah, but like I don't know. The fact that it is still as strong culturally as it was when I was growing up is kind of wild to me, though. I've always kind of found that pretty fascinating. It's like, yeah, no, it's still a fucking juggernaut. Like because we've also kind of hit that point where like I remember the big three was a thing, and like what's it called? Like Naruto has moved to Boruto, and I know some people who are into that, but like not nearly as much. And like Bleach has been dead. One Piece has still been big trucking. But like the fact that Dragon Ball has still kind of held on roughly like same levels of kind of like hype and fandom is still kind of, it's conceptually it's pretty neat, even if I'm not like super engrossed into that. This is smoothing out. This guy had some kind of like questionable back fat coloring, but I think it's beginning to smooth into an area that I like, where I'm just kind of taking it, just multiple layers, just kind of bringing it around, moving stuff. I think this top bit I'm just kind of working in the folds. Did I have the resurrection? I wonder if that's just something that yeah, you could use vehicles for it. I wonder if just like Kubo needs money. He's one of those guys that I feel like could probably would like spend a lot of money on like fancy suits. And he's like, well, shit, I gotta make some money. Let's bring Bleach back. There we go. Spell said One Piece is still. I thought to be fair, I thought they've kind of hinted that like One Piece is nearing an end. I've heard nothing but like glowing praise about One Piece over the years, but I don't like in the volume of time it would take me to read One Piece. I could read so many other things. It's like it almost feels like it'd be a waste in a weird way. Arc. There we go. Surimi. Oh, okay, shit. Okay, so so Bleach is going hard then. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, Bleach, I remember always had like a really good aesthetic, and I like the opening stuff, but I know definitely I was not able to watch it or read it consistently around the Soul Society arc. I think actually most of my Bleach reading was back in high school, because there was a girl behind me in a class. I don't remember which one. I want to say it was like a sciencey class, and she would lend me her copies of Bleach, and I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. How you doing, Mint? Yes, I was an A+ student in gay class. Well, how you doing though? How you doing? I'm painting a sad fat man, as one does. But I was an A+ student in high school. I absolutely was. I was once again one of those like, I'm a gifted student, and I hit college. I'm like, I don't know how to study, and then I imploded. But otherwise, high school was pretty good. Oh shit, no, that was the same lady too. So it was her and this other dude. That was when I had aspirations of writing manga for a living. This is a thing I did. And I would write volumes of manga in between class, and I would lend it to them so they could read it. And they were my audience of two. Look at me being a little social entertainer even back then, right? You know, that's kind of fun though. Master's fucking dick. I'm sure some people are fucking nailing that class. Painting. I am painting a fat set. What? That's a very specific emote you got. Even a big one. What is that? What is 4 milk? I have not heard of them. There we go. I guess we're in Calc 3. Oh, there we go. Yeah, like the math ones always kind of hit my shit up like pretty hard too. I don't know. I went into a lot of math-heavy things, despite not like I'm okay at math, but like some of the higher level stuff I just kind of checked out on. Still, this guy's blending is not as smooth as this other guy. We're getting there. I got plenty of time just to really like adjust the. What else do I got besides the folds? I got to dry brush the gimp mask. He's got a gimp mask, as one does. Got little metal bits in the gimp mask. He does. Let's go. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just take a quick and I'm going to paint some brown on the wood, so I can dry brush the wood, dry brush the gimp mask, and then get some of the, well, maybe. First was complex enough. That do be true. That do absolutely. Let's go. I'm jelly. I did not have that experience. Like I said though, mostly though, just because I grew up in a very small town, and I remember like in my high school, it was just very easy just to kind of like waltz my way through that because it required no real thinking on my end. Math. Oh, you gits, it's time for math. I feel like I had a better orc voice like 2 days ago. I've lost the spirit of Gork and or Mork in me. So you have 2 nickels. Oh, who's the other one? Is Aurelia the other one? Maybe. How you doing? I'm Halbernaut the Mimic Elf. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. Today I'm actually painting a mini for Trench Crusade, though, to be fair. Oh, I did get another update for the Word Bear Howl picture, and ooh, baby, it looks good. Oh, baby, it's looking good, even at this early render. And what's Howl do? I paint rats! It's a nice rat. Oh, yeah, I was working on this guy a little bit earlier today. I was fixing up some of his leather. He's not terribly far off from being done. He's like somewhere there. So repping my rat boy. Yeah, if you look to the side, you can see some of the rat boys. I got some Trench Crusade. That's not mine. That one at the top is not mine. I should actually take that. It's really cool, though. This is making me really want to look more like... I'm already looking into Saga, but I really love how this guy does his Teutonic Knights. Back up so I can delete. Scroll in there. There we go. To be fair, there's like a couple of Warhammer VTubers, but I know the bigger ones. It's like me, Aurelia, and then you also get to like, you know, the various V-shoujos are like Matara's kind of repping that quite a bit with her content husband, Bricky, and whatnot. That's usually kind of how it breaks down. Those are really good knights though. They are inspiring me. If I don't know. My plan was Saga, which is a historical war game of kind of like Viking clashing. It's basically like little war bands clashing. It's not really like a super duper historically accurate war game, which I'm fine with actually. It's more kind of like not dead. Was Deadliest War the one where they would be like, who would win, a pirate or a ninja? And there'd be like some guy with like a thick handlebar mustache, be like, oh, we brought out the ballistics jelly. Just start talking about like fucking just like pulling out a fucking sword. I was a Sawtooth. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Snagtooth. Sorry, goddammit. Different type of tooth. But yeah, it would just be like a guy with the thickest handlebar mustache you've ever seen, just taking like a fucking just like scimitar and hacking directly into ballistics gel. Very, very fun show. I think if anyone uses that, people did used to use that for like dumb internet arguments, which is a very silly. No one should use that for anything other than entertainment. Which it's very fun entertainment, but like, come on. It's a bunch of chuckle fucks doing like bullshit simulations. It's really great. I also know there's a video game of it that I imagine is garbage, but I kind of think would be fun to play at some point. How you doing, son? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? I almost grabbed black gray instead of dark brown. That would have fucked my shit up. I'm doing good. I feel like I feel bad for reiterating. Yeah, today was pretty good laundry day and getting some errands done, but my 3D printer is fucking dead. So mix bad, glean good. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things like I don't care if it's historically accurate, like that show. Like the premise is fun, but once again, there's people that like I wouldn't even say take history seriously because that implies like some level of professionalism. They just really, really get into It's the kind of people that basically get into like power level arguments online for anything, but like the history guy version of those guys. Those people are really, really silly. Yeah. No, that sounds about right. I get my neurons activated so easy for like random projects and whatnot. I got the subscription to Dragon Keeper's launch. Oh yeah, I believe it was on the Discovery channel. It might have moved to some other channels, but it was definitely on Discover at one point. If not, there was like a knockoff of it on there. Something basically close enough. Isn't like, well, it's like, some of this is probably just gonna get taken up by the washing. There we go. But yeah, I like today I was like looking. I was getting their stuff which had some like good lumps for turnip, and then I saw a fact, you know, in like what's it called, in the Elden Rings, where they got like the big claw hands. There was a 3D print of that, and I was like, oh yeah, I was gonna make a rocket battery mini, but I decided not to use snails anymore. I could put a rocket battery on the back of that fucking hand, and I was like, god damn it. They hand printed out fine. The Space Marine things I was working on because I was just trying to get some extra torsos printed for some dudes did not work out. So rest in peace, torsos. Yeah, it's fun to have some fun with it. But yeah, a saga is effectively like the war game equivalent to that, where it's like, okay, you pick a book to be the basis of your saga. So you're going to be like, all right, the Viking Age, and then you have like, all right, you got the Vikings, you got the Pagan Rus, you got the various Angelos of whatever flavor you want. Get you some Irish. Get you some Yoms Vikings or whatever the fuck. I don't know very much about Viking stuff, to be fair. So I'm just remembering what I remember from the book. I don't have my copy yet, just like people talking about the book. My book is in the mail and it should be coming. No. The Pagan Rus stuff is like, what's it called? Where like they were just kind of big chilling and being pagan. Yes, I'm describing it very well. I think there are some variants. I think once you get into like the different ages, you can get hussars. But not in the Viking Age stuff. I believe you can get that in like the Age of Crusades and onwards. I think it's possible to do that if you really, really, really want that. But yeah, so it's like that kind of stuff, which is kind of. I'm dry brushing the metal on the feet. That's why I was trying to like the scheme I'm going for a lot of this stuff is just like taking red, dry brushing the metal to get like a fucked up. Effectively, I'm trying to mimic the art in there, which is a lot of just like red metal, like metal with like little red accents. Seems to be the best way to replicate. Get the fucking toes, even though those are going to get covered by base stuff. But yeah. Some trench Crusade models. I'm gonna kill. Oh, that's fair. Hey, I mean, okay, depending. Oh yeah, I guess Chaos Knights. I was like Chaos Knights, the Chaos Warriors. You could probably use for Trench Crusade because there's like a couple. There's a couple of like this is not made to be compatible with Warhammer stuff, but there's like a couple ideas you could slip in because they have similar conceptual like origins. Yeah, Saga seems neat. The tricky thing is the shipping is a bitch. It's definitely one of those like, hey, we run this out of our garage kind of thing. Maybe not literally, but you know. But the game is really cool. If this is gonna be weird, if you've ever played Warcry, which is like a Games Workshop game about like it was Chaos Cults beating the fuck out of each other, and now it's very more like everyone beating the fuck out of each other. But effectively, you do stuff where you have like a bunch of dice that you roll prior to a round, and you kind of use the certain combinations of those dice to power abilities and whatnot. It's really, really sick. Does some weird mechanics. It's just heavy. It's skirmish gamey. It's very like it's eventually going to be made for campaigns, stuff like that. You don't have an HP track. You just you either acquire injuries mid-go, which will generate blood tokens, or you just get like knocked down and stuff. So you're not like bean counting HP. It's either the thing's dead or like you got little wound tokens you can use to like the wound token mechanic is kind of nice too because you can use those like if you shoot a guy and you do a blood marker to him, and like you could save that for later to like really put him down. But you can also spend that if he tries to shoot you, just so it's like he's injured. His aim is going to be less accurate. Really, really nice. It's got some really cool mechanics. The factions are really sick. I'm a big fan personally. I'm definitely biased as shit, but I think I still have the rules. Hold on the YouTube side. 40k Chaos Knights. Hey, yo, let's go. I also have 40k Chaos Knights, to be fair. Hey, there we go. Yeah, so there are the rules, the playtest rules. If you would like to grab those and take a look yourself, because they're free. Oh, hell yeah. Don't take my word for it. Not trying to sound like a shill. I've not been paid. It did give me some free models though, which fucking baller. This is that weird thing that's like as a VTuber man that paints the minis, the amount of like weird shoutouts and stuff, like the fact like this isn't like the wildest thing, but I remember like a couple streams ago I got followed by Reaper Miniatures. Like I've as somebody who's owned minis from them, I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is bizarre. Like not bad bizarre, as in like I would have never thought this was going to happen when I decided just to be a funny internet man a couple of years ago. It'll be 5 years come April. Why did I say November? 5 years come April. You did gift them a sub, which I did appreciate. Basically, I have a very lazy, like, old wood recipe, which is just dry brushing tacky directly onto the wood because it wears it out in a way that looks pretty nice. It brings out the grain, but still kind of keeps it reading as wood. There we go. Yeah, free stuff is free, exactly. Sports and sales marketing budget. Oh yeah, 100%. True. I think also for them, it was a test print, so like I don't think it cost it cost postage, but postage is not wildest shit ever. But I still appreciated the gesture quite a bit. And like the mini, if you look at it, is that Pit Fiend, Pit Locust, my bad. Plop him on over here. It's this boy, which I enjoyed painting a lot. He was a very, very fun model. Very, very, very fun model. Which is why I'm painting these two up, because they're going to be part of the exact same war band as him. A lot more paint. Why would I re-permit? That one fucking just like stuck me dead in my tracks. Yeah. But yeah, it's been neat. I also just like generally like smaller war games. I've been playing Relic Blade quite a bit. I also really, really like Turnip. They're gonna have a big Turnip thing, I believe, in November. Like a big expansion, which I'm pretty excited for. Not that I'm like bored of the current Turnip setup. It's one of those things that's like, ooh, more stuff. Fuck yeah. Little hand bits I could probably get under there. I'll figure out how I want to deal with that later. Yeah, definitely. I'm the like, oh boy, 2 cakes of war game. Well, that even implies that like one of the cakes is way better than the other. I'm just eating every cupcake. I'm just like, fuck yeah, god damn, I love cupcakes, like that, you know, as one does. As one does when they see cupcake and go feral. I've actually had a cupcake in a minute. It's like one of those things that I enjoy when I eat them, but I never get cupcakes for myself. A cupcake buffet sounds dangerous, though. Like, a cupcake buffet would ruin so much. Like how could any sane mortal? Yeah, it would be insta diabetes. Like who could resist a cupcake buffet? Like if it's there. Oh, I think you honestly, if you like the idea of painting, I think the patience can be like a lot of this can be practice. Where like I was a very inconsistent painter until I decided to make it like a weekly thing. So like I think if you're like, ooh, this would be a cool thing to do, I think you have a better chance than you think you do. But if that's just not your bag, I totally get it. Yeah, that's true. I guess, yeah, especially like if you go to like an IHOP or something like that, those are just cake. Like I've had crepes. Jesus Christ, I've had crepes from like IHOP and stuff before, and they're just thin cakes. They're just really, really thin cakes. And I know that's kind of the point of a crepe, but still. We're hitting up that gip map. We're getting this. I can actually see like the stitching now. Oh, that's fair. Hey, fellow DM, let's go. I haven't ran anything in a bit. I'm like perpetually on the verge of like, all right, I really gotta get my shit together to like get another another thing up and running. And I've been kind of slacking on that. I need to get the Lancer stuff back into gear at the very least. At the very, very, very least, I need to like restart Lancer stuff. I need to get that going. I still kind of have aspirations for Dark Heresy. I need to figure what the fuck I'm gonna do for that. Stuff like that, you know. So many games. So yeah, you dry brush. Another question is, what I want to do. I think I even just gotta get some of the medals anyway for like under the hands. How are your bottom little? Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. On stream, I can and I will and I shall. What do I was also like, do I want to like highlight the thong in any way? You got some light gray kicking around. Square sponge cake. Oh yeah, I think I've heard about that. I mean, sponge cake is like a type of cake that like every now and then I get the urge. Like once again, especially like a good strawberry shortcake would be like. Yeah, just light gray. It'll be fine. Oh, Nanner's redeem. Oh shit, did I miss a Nanner's redeem? Oh fuck, seriously. Oh, thank you. Sorry, I got lost in the sauce. Sorry, I got lost in the sauce. Do not worry. I will get you on there. My B, my absolute B. Well, thank you for pointing that out as well. But yeah, just also have yourself a good night and take it easy. And for people who do not know, this is my wonderful snake Nan. It is a very, very good ball python. She's been big chilling. I got her a rat in the fridge today that do be defrosted. So I'm hoping she'll eat tomorrow. That's the game plan anyway. But she's doing pretty good. She do be mobile. She do be wiggling. She do be having a good. Nanners is life. Nanners is love. Yeah. This is my ball python. As you can join if you spend enough channel points. You can join her club. Very, very cool. Very, 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 very. Yeah, she's very. This is also. There's also a picture of her. I was cleaning her cage and she crawled into my hangers, which is that was a fun untangle. I didn't hate it or anything. Like it wasn't the worst, but like I was like, Nanners, you scamp. Yes, Cersei is here. Welcome to the freshman year official fan club. And Nanners is a very good girl. Oh, shut off my snake! Live on stream. Wow. Bit. Let's do a lower level dong pate. A bit thinner this time. A smoother amount of dong height. There we go, as one does. I do boop the snoot. How you doing, kid? Right? Welcome. Long hair. Hey, oh, too hot. Oh, thank you. Yeah, let me do it. I'm actually kind of melting right now. So yeah, let's do a braid. So Snake's got a bunch of different holes in their face for like scent stuff. Like they got the cooling holes. They got like the little thing where they have little holes in the underside of their mouth. So like when they flick out their tongue, they're effectively like super smelling. Is about the best way I can describe that. Snakes are cool. Snakes are fucking rad. Should go to Miku Toff. Oh yeah, I should. That's where's Miku Toff? Gigantic. There we go. It's Miku. Everyone loves Miku, especially when she a turnip. Especially when Miku is a hideous plant monster. She's a very cute snake. I don't have a trench Miku yet. That honestly I don't know how I'd make that work. But the idea is intriguing. Oh, okay, we got ad break. Got myself a good drink. Get that good shaking ASMR. A good shake. Oh yeah, I already got some of my. And but yeah, we're back. Yeah, no, that's fair. No, that's yeah. Luckily, I don't think I have any more other games in the docket that are T based. So I think you'll be fine for now. I totally understand the mix up though. Especially, it doesn't help that I kind of also use some of them between games. Like I've used some models that I intended for Trench Crusade for Turnip because like my Turnip people are getting stuff for Trench Crusade together. I like I just get like little metal bits. Mostly kind of blend in anyway because it's like that we got on some. It'll be like, oh no. Well, I'm trying to figure out like which parts have like actual. Lad, excellent. There we go. Oh, like Hatsune Miku. That could be. I did do a Miku concert with Automaton a while ago. The thing is, I think you could probably do what if I had to do an existing tournament for a Miku. I feel like you could probably do that with You could probably use the one that comes with the root shrine and just make it a big stage for a big Miku cup. I think that would actually work pretty well. How you doing, Tronic? How you doing? I'm not stinking. I'm not painting a rat today, actually. I'm painting a sad, very sad man. All the metal on him. What's that other mini I was working on? Because I think I'm gonna have some leftover metal and I might want to hit that guy up. Let's get his various things. I'll think of a Haldrate string. But a little bit of paint. Bit up top before I will get my drink though. Big thirst. I basically sealed off my AC from being usable because it gets cold and will leak a bunch of cold. But it also means that like now it's like, oh yeah, it's actually gonna be warm. Rat and said Hal, so suffer. This is great, which is great. I love parachute. There we go. Got your shit. Probably where. Oh yeah, this is definitely where you gotta go like under the model. I'm trying to be very, very careful. I'm still painting these guys. Oh yeah, no. I'm both a slow painter, and these guys are deceptively long to paint because you know they got lots of delicious folds, which is taking a bit. They got some angles are kind of hard to reach. They look like they could be simple, but they're actually. I think they actually got like a lot of they got a lot of meat to them. Okay, and then while they're gonna dry a little bit, this guy needs a bit more. He's gonna be used as a yeah. Flesh in general takes quite a bit. Like you could just do it in like one color and be like done skin. But it's like the more definition you really give to it, the more it really pops and looks nice. Yeah, this guy's gonna be an anointed for Trench Crusade as well. He's kind of a model made for convenience because he's just going to be like a big metal dude. And he needs to exist to be used as a demo model. Will he end up in like my final army? Probably not, because he's got kind of an inefficient weapon loadout. But I'm pretty happy with him. I'm pretty happy with it. He's also been like my first test of applying the AK Interactive. AK Interactive has a like rusty grit texture. And I was like, okay, like a lot of you, I had previously used Typhus Corrosion for adding rust. And that shit dries real quick in a bottle. It's expensive, and it has like a kind of weird green color that doesn't necessarily work on everything. Hell's chastity belt. No, they just got like a weird thong for the most part. as one does. Do a quick hand test because I think I had some metallics on there. I actually do think these guys will get done tonight though. Like I'm doing actually like pretty decent timing. It's kind of like thinly hitting up some of the various bits. Might also be a thing that like I do the skin, I wash the mini, I apply a wash to a mini, and then I'm like, oh, this is fine, and then I touch it up a little bit. They do something with my. Don't worry, I made a fun gel. Yeah, I should also. Yeah, Spurgu feels like a thing I should also have as well that I just have not got around to making yet. It does seem pretty handy for like gap filling and whatnot. It's effectively taking like acetone and old sprues and you just kind of melt them into a slurry. Mr. Dissolve Putty, which I do have, is kind of a similar process, like kind of similar idea. Do I use a bracer? No, these are just my gloves. I got my glove. Actual gloves. If you look, it's authentic. I'm an authentic man. I don't know why I phrased it like that. That made it sound weird, but like you know. But no, I don't got any bracers or anything. which good so far. We'll find out if my jelly can retain shape in my later years. Now everything seems to be fine. Look for these little areas where it's kind of more like streaky, a little bit. Trying to keep it a little watery, but maybe not that much. Also, Steve, have yourself a good night and take it easy. Turkey. Oh yeah, it's the happy Canadian Thanksgiving, I think. I think it's Canadian Thanksgiving. Am I right on the holiday? I might be totally wrong. I swore I saw something about Canadian Thanksgiving thing, and I'm like, oh, that's a holiday I was not aware of. It's on Monday. Ah, there we go. Look at me knowing holidays outside my country of origin. I'm such an international boy. Hell yeah, let's go. Let's go. To be fair, I picked it up almost entirely on context clues from other people. I'm not going to give myself any, like, real credit. I'm not getting a real credit for that. But hey, there we go. I guessed right. Yippee. Look at me guessing right. Go on a cruise. Oh, that sounds very indulgent. I know, my big thing is that, like, I kind of live away from my adopted family, so I mostly just make a Thanksgiving dinner. Just to keep I want to keep my cooking skills sharp. Dry brusher? I wonder if I could do that. By my full Christian. See, isn't it fun to refer to something by full Christian name? Well, like, you know, there's like a thing growing up where it's like calling it's like the difference between someone calling, like, I don't know, like David and like David Jefferson Williamson, that kind of thing. Where it's the idea that, like, if you're getting called by your full name, you're in trouble. With a bit of like you live in a very Christian area. David Ezekiel Ryan Bergendoff or whatever. I'm just making up like very shit names. Bergendoff might be a real name, but the way I'm saying it makes it sound incredibly fake. Yeah. You like that? Yeah, he's the first I've heard that face from. Yay. Once again, my vocabulary is a train wreck, and if I'm beginning to pollute all of you now, I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry, because I'm going to make you somehow less comprehensible in public. I imagine a lot of you are like pretty well-adjusted people, but I'm definitely gonna ruin your ability to speak for sure, for absolute fucking certain. Yeah, there we go. I can hit like the various buckles and whatnot. And it hits whatever. All right, that's hitting the idea. Ooh, there we go. I can get a little bit of the Dongus in the tank. The name of the Dongus, the tank, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Let's go. Halverston Rutherford Berbernox. Get over here. Get over here right now. See, if you've cracked the code. I'm sorry you had to find out like this. Let's go to you and do a similar idea. Very, very, very light dry brush. This brush was supposed to be like a semi-nicer brush, and then it collapsed immediately because it was actually a cheap, shitty brush. I was like, ooh, Windsor and Newton University series. I was like, I don't know what the University series really implies, but I know Windsor and Newton generally do pretty good products. Like, no, this is like the designated like Windsor and Newton trash product for babies. For baby art students. And I'm like, oh, okay. I only spent like $5, so this isn't the worst, but still. Hey, nobody fell over back by Cannon. God damn it. I'll be locked forever in Cannondale. Buckle over. Couple of buckles on here. They're like, gonna try to dry brush and then like maybe buckle up. Yeah, this top area is definitely where like the mini is like not gotten a huge amount of love yet. The little straps are pretty good, but they're not like the main attraction. How you doing, Lusitani? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, it's me. I'm painting minis. I'm painting some Trench Crusade stuff. How was the Vermin Titan? Yes. How's the Vermin Titan? Yeah, how was that? How's that been going? Full of Bane arrow. I mean, I am a hag. No, hag bane would be bad for me. It would destroy my hag powers and give me a zoomer haircut. That would truly be tragic. I would lose all of my powers. Atomic atom power. That's pretty cool actually. That's like a cool. Alberdog is just elvish, so it's like it doesn't got anything super duper spicy. But by that same token, people are like, oh, how are you German? I'm like, oh. I'm sorry, I'm not German at all. Ah, so you are the elf. There we go. And it's people. But yeah, is it like I don't even know how you would do that. You would do it like a race, maybe? I generally am baffled by the idea of Vermintide PvP. Not that it like won't be fun or anything. Just don't even fucking know. I never said I was German. People assume I'm German. I don't have like German VTuber in my title. People do that. There are people who are like, I am a German VTuber from Deutschland. Is that Ines? Is Ines the cockatiel lady? Is she German, or am I getting her mixed up? I think she's kind of like reasonably out and about as a German. I do not watch her a whole lot. Mostly remember she was a sheep at one point. I think at that point she's been not a sheep longer than she's ever been a sheep. Yeah, how you doing, Mittens? How you doing? How you doing? Oh god, I put my painting the sad lads today. Good. They are filled with getting tortured, and they are thick of blubber. I love describing them like that. It's like anything I can do to describe these minis is just like in like the most weirdly uncomfortable way. Am I Sweden? Yes, you've caught me. I'm the big secret Swede. I've been Swedish this entire time. I live a double life, so I convince you I'm American. I've never eaten a cheeseburger. I in fact am wearing meatballs at this. No, I'm not Swedish. God no. Not that there's anything wrong with being Swedish. I'm just not. I'm just not at all. Once again, if you're looking, I actually don't know if there's any that are like, yes, I am explicitly a Swedish VTuber. I don't know if those exist either. Where did the Swedish guess come from? Like I've heard a lot. I got accused of being French by Grimmy once, and I've never let that trauma subside. But like besides that, I've never been like claimed Swedish. You're going to have to explain. I already told you that I was raised by humans in Burgerland. This is not like deep secret lore. I am very explicitly in the United States. You fucking goobers. Well, it's because if you see Halbernacht, you assume it's like a very European word, which I don't know. I imagine Elvish and European languages share quite a bit overlap. In the distant past, maybe. I don't know much Elvish history. I don't think she was trying to roast though, because Grimmy's a genuinely nice lady. She's a very, very nice lady. She's just got a lot going on, so she's like, oh, I'm trying to figure out what Hal's name is from, and she's like, French. That sounds right. I don't blame her. I don't hold it against her. I just think the trauma of being assigned French is still in my brain, but it's not her fault. Make so much fan art. People can make fan art if you want of whatever, I guess, in general. I have like a huge. I don't have a huge like don't draw list, but usually if it's like if it would make someone sad, like if you would show that to somebody and they'd be like, oh, I don't like this, like that's probably good. That's probably a good indication not to do that. I haven't needed to elaborate on what that means because I assume all of you are rational beings, but if I have to, I could. You're isekai. No, I was effectively like cuckooed into a human family where I was kind of dropped in. There was a child at one point that would have been human Hal, but that one did not, I guess, survive in the hospital or was kidnapped or something. I don't know the logistics of what happened to the baby that was supposed to be me, but I was raised by humans, thought I was a human, and I know my true nature. No, as one does. How you doing, Grogu? 2002. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. Oh no, were you born in 2002? I guess that still makes you like a full 22-year-old, but that still fucks my shit up. How you doing? But hey, there we go. Okay, I only just now got around to doing Space Marine multiplayer type. I'd like to go back and do that a little bit. It's like one of those game like multiplayer modes. I'm like, this is fun. I cannot imagine playing with randos. But conceptually, the multiplayer was pretty. It was pretty neat. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Jay isn't. Jay's pun coded to the point where he'll say something legitimate, and I'm like, is this a weird pun? He's like, no, I'm actually being serious. He's the dad who cried pun. Like that is Jay's entire MO, and like I don't feel sorry for the assumptions for that, but. I think some of like the older color too, like really thin it out and kind of back in. Make some of this a tiny bit better. But yeah. But yeah. I haven't played for. Our directions are funny. Oh, I don't feel sorry. It's just that it's you know the bed you made for yourself. You know you're. See if the toaster was waterproof. What? That sounds like a really like grim, sad joke. Because anytime I hear about toasters and water, it's usually the person who's testing that theory is not having a good time. Not having a good time. Adjust leg. Ah, there we go. Leg do be adjusted. Oh, you're doing that on purpose. Okay, all right. Carry on. Carry on. Think about like dwarf stuff though. I did find there's like a dwarf picture I remember seeing a while ago of like a dwarf that was shaved by Skaven, and the Skaven were all holding up like a mirror in front of the dwarf who was crying, and I was like, oh, that's a neat picture, and then like I just forgot about it, and the other day I rediscovered the artist who was like pretty active on Twitter. You can actually do commissions, but I don't know if they're. It's one of those things like if you see someone with like commission info that's like 3 years old pinned, and I'm like, that's still accurate. Still going for those numbers? Is that real? How you doing, Grogu? Do I have Warhammer 40k? Star Wars Legion. I have one completed Star Wars Legion mini. I will show you. Oh, he's in a different. I have a couple Rebels. I have a painted Ewok that I need to do like a full rotator on. Age of Sigmar, my big thing is rats. And Maggotkin, and in 40k, I got some Chaos Knights, I got some Death Guard, I got some Minotaurs. I've also been working on some 30k Word Bearers because I read a book and it ruined me. Not financially though, because I already spent the money on the Age of Darkness minis. So if anything, I'm recuperating money, kinda. Like even out some of the. This guy I'm gonna wait for a little. Oh, there you are, Yuri. How you doing? Welcome. It's me. I'm doing good. How you doing, Pasta Puppet, as well? Basically, Behemoth with green. Oh, I mean, if you want to do Behemoth with green, like legit, are you gonna let like canon or nerds on the internet stop you? Never let people on the internet stop you from doing a cool color scheme you like. They're your minis. Fucking do it, nerd. What models do I? You can see some on the side, some painted ones. Here's the Rat Blaster I did a couple weeks ago. At this point, still very happy. The OSL on this turned out very good. I'm very happy about that. I mean, America is a fantasy world. What are you talking about? Is there a way to kick these boys anymore? Some shading. I'm basically trying to like smooth out the skin a little bit. Just to be like a little bit more slightly even, where I kind of did. I know there's like another highlight technique where you start with the highlight and you kind of like bring it back down with some like in-betweens. I think I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between that and like the typical start with the dark tone and build your way up. Since I'm kind of glazing, I'm just sort of like hitting both ways just to. I'm kind of just like playing it by ear, I guess. It's Inky by Darkness, Corner Red, and Word. I mean, that sounds good. That's good. Again, yeah, if you want that, if you like that costume, go for it. This is a miniature for a game called Trench Crusade. It is a Wretched, which is a human slave to the forces of hell that gets basically whipped in order to get extra blood from them so that your own units can use it for like ritual goetic magic. He's not having a good time. These guys are not having a good time. They're basically just like blood batteries, which is fun. Oh yeah, that's back. But yeah, I dabble into a lot of war games. I also like Trench. I do like Turnip 28 quite a bit. Well, I imagine these guys probably are like ritualistically kind of fattened up because the demons that own them like a chunky boy to whip and also probably eat. I kind of imagine these guys are like walking veal more or less for demons. They're not doing grand. They're not particularly having a good time. That's why they're extra all stretchy. Also like various whip marks and stuff. I think I did like whip marks on them and whatnot, but I think they've mostly been deleted like by just layers. So that's unfortunate, but maybe the wash will bring it out. Yeah, also true. Yeah, God, that's actually funny how in Pathfinder how bloat mages work, where they're basically wizards that are like, yo, we know that blood has magic in it, so what if we just increase how much blood we make, and it makes you a hideous bloated freak who has to keep draining your own blood out with leeches, or else you could explode. But you do get a lot of powerful magic that way. Like, you know, you're like juicing on magic. This is blending this a bit. Blending this back a bit. Basically, trying to find that like magical cutoff point where I quit, like do that. I got this. This is from Bestiarum. It is a 3D print. Is a 3D print, and it's doing pretty good. Like it's yeah, Bestiarum's pretty good if you have access to a 3D printer. I really like they're very, very nice. Basically now I'm just at the point where I'm just trying to like build some nice skin. Nice bloated sick skin as one do. One dude just doing very, very thin glazes and stuff like that. Oh yeah, Trench Crusade's a really, really cool game. The whippers can't whiff trying to hit. Also true, yeah, they'll never miss. There's so much fat. But yeah, Trench Crusade's a really, really cool game. It's does not have a huge like startup requirement. Because you just need like a couple of models. Like, I think a starting warband can be like 6 models. Probably a bit more, but like not that much more. Hey, yeah, you have yourself a good lurk. Hey, I think what I'm gonna do. So it's not super Crusades focused, but I think you could take some of the ideas and kind of bring it in. I want to enamel wash these guys. Maybe I might glue them to their bases so I have something to grip on when I do that. There's 2. Oh, here's the other one. The Chaos Dwarf Blood Bowl team does look fucking big. It looks really, really fucking good. I had like a certain way I was gonna glue extra. Right, what's I gonna do this one? I think it was gonna be like that. I can get some extra stuff on there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you like that idea, yeah, Trench Crusade's a game I think you'll probably enjoy. It's got some cool ideas too. I like it. Very, very neat game. Unfortunately, because I am very dependent on my local. I know I could do like online games, but I'm still trying to get like the local scene put together. So my local scene has been going incredibly slow, but I have not been. I've been doing my own models at a decent. Let's see, I have a cool idea. What's your cool idea? On there, let's see. I did see some of those at my local shop, and I was like, hey, it's the Wasteland Warrior game. It was like really high on the shelf. Oh, disease looking to. Oh yeah, no, that'd be pretty legit. Like I've seen some people do some real like wasted, fucked up tier banging. Thank you. Go over to the side. I'm gonna put my favorite gluing technique, where I take a little pot of paint and I rest the mini gently in front of it. So I'm eventually going to put like grit and other like base textures here. The idea right now is just to get like enough, like get a little elevation bit and then get enough to actually glue them to the bit. Because I want to do the enamel wash, and also make sure that they are sitting on something. There are some ways. I'll see it in Varathorn. Oh yeah, the BCR fucks super hard for minis. They really I will. What do I want to do when that about? You, or how about rat? How about surprise rat? You rat. What do I need for you to get going? Like what does this boy really need? I think I was gonna do the this. Wait for N5 to drop. Oh yeah, that'd be cool too. I don't know. I'm curious how that's gonna turn out. I know that Iron Warriors have converted a Tyranid bioship into like basically birthing obliterators. I don't. Other than that, I don't. And then I do also know that there was a Gene Stealer cult that was transported to Nurgle's Garden and effectively went rogue. Other than that, I don't know how much you could really chaos corrupt Tyranids. I mean, once again, hey, do your own thing, because like, you know, they're your minis. Fucking paint. Oh, I also need to dry brush to go in here. The raised areas of this red cloak to be burgundy-ish. As one do. Ogre Brooks. They got like a similar vibe, but still legally distinct. Have they ever shown like an official layer depiction, or they just kind of like implied horrible? Like, I know they're very like lithe, sneaky, like extra arms and stuff like that. Besides that, I don't really know much about the layer, other than they have a very spicy sword that definitely doesn't ruin things for everyone. Or wait, you Terranid, if you will. The Lizardmen. I mean, true. I thought usually the only one that would be like very iffy about chaos corruption are Necrons, because they just don't have souls. I think if anything, you would likely have like a Necron lord that just decided to LARP as a chaos god worshipper for fun. Like, oh, like I'm bored, or like my programming shit. So it's like, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna LARP as a Slanesh worshiper. That's fun. I haven't done this kind of thing before. I think the other option too is you could technically do Nurgle, because Nurgle does have a couple of diseases that affect machines. You could maybe get some of that in there as well. They don't really got them. They don't got them souls. Oh yeah, you could do it. You could do that. I think that would look sick. The pun was not intended, but you know what? It could look pretty legit. That idea could look. Old dry brush. I think I get like a little bit on the robe, and then shit. We'll find out. He might also be basically the same level ready for like the gritty wash. So, yeah, we got some of that. I hate the phrase -3 AP dick fingers. Dick fingers is bad enough, but given dick finger stats. What you nerds? Necrons with day. I mean, I know Trazen's got like his obliterator, which is I think a warp relic of some sort. Just because Trazen, he's shit. Fuck. Hey, okay, now we're getting that like Skaven kind of. Honestly, the most consistent thing I got on this is like this like little like That tail. Bit of flesh on his. Final semester. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Oh yeah, I want to get his knee pad. Okay, that real quick. Yeah. That's penis. Oh god. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of wild. We are cruising our way into winter. Fall. Where the fuck did fall go? At least where I was at, it's technically been fall for a while. It hasn't felt like fall. Now that it's getting cold, it's like actually, JK, it's actually winter. Surprise, motherfucker, it's winter time. Got this guy basically already uppered up anyway in a couple minutes. Oh shit, there's a skull at the top too. Did I forget? What are they doing with that skull? But they're at these. I did a really glowy for the for like on the mouth for like the, if you look over here where you can see the gray seer, he's definitely the one that's like, I did fat rails of the warp. The warlock engineer I kind of want to keep like less that, because that takes away from his thing. You still probably have a little bit of glow for his like backpack and the energy rat and stuff like that going. Yeah, because I also got that as I have not looked at the new stats, but I remember in at least the older editions they had the warpstone tokens, where it's like you could have them eat like a little chunk of warpstone so they get some fun special effects and then maybe explode. I was like, that'd be a fun way to represent that. Just he's just a gray seer who's just eaten so many of those little tokens, like he's just straight up like radiating ring out of its mouth. Had this guy in like a weird half-finished state for a while. What did I do for the robe? What did I do? Drops Vallejo. I do 2 drops Vallejo, a turquoise, and maybe like 1 drop Vallejo. Pale blue. We'll find out. We'll find out if this works. I basically have like a different recipe for fucking. Got that back strap. Straps are supposed to be leathery color. Fuck. All the paints. Let's say, hey, yo, let's go. No, that's a mood. I've managed to obtain a paint collection big enough that I basically have most paints I need. Every now and then I'm like, fuck, goddamn, I gotta get more paint. My paint collection is massive. I don't know if I'd say it's a positive, but it's a lot. It's just because like every now and then it's like, it's like, yeah, I'll buy like, a paint thing or 2 every now and then, and like after years it adds up. Like I had like an okay stash when I was mini painting back in like 2011, but ever since I got back into minis like big for VTubing and whatnot, has expanded quite a large amount. I was looking for my Nurgle's Rot. Hey, let's go. I technically have some Nurgle's Rot kicking around. I have not used them in a hot minute. I kind of moved away from it though. If I want that kind of slime effect, I think I just use acrylic gloss medium, because you could just get like a big old fucking jar of that shit, and that will last forever. Like if you got like if you already got the stuff, that's not the biggest issue in the world. But it is very, very nice if you're like, if you ever run out and you're just like, oh, I would love some slime, but I don't want to get like a little slime pot. You could just mix a little bit of a green into that. So for me, half finished is like there's like little bits that are missing. It hasn't gotten some like highlights. There's like little bits where like I use enamel washes quite a bit to kind of make some stuff poke out. So like the blue is fine. Like a lot of my stuff that I'm like I feel like could use more work on are sort of at that like tabletop standard where I could bring them somewhere and people will be like, ooh, nice Skaven. But like I know that these guys still needs like a bit of work personally. Sketchy, but that's fine. I can see some of my brush there. So yeah, that's a kind of thing too that like especially like I'll get really close to a project getting done and I'm like, wait, no, I can actually touch this up a lot. I do that and I'm like, fuck, okay, this is continuing to extend. Like I'm trying to go through all this cloth and I'm like, okay, oh, and then also there might be like I can see like I got a little bit of metal. I got a little metal on this sleeve at one point. That now. Also do. actual highlights and stuff. I'm gonna give this a enamel wash, probably when I do the fat lads too. What about the tubing? Is it supposed to be white or using a color? So what I do for my Skaven, for anything I want to glow, I use Proacryl titanium white. It's a really banging white, really, really bright. And then from there, I airbrush on some white ink around it, so it kind of like speckles into the areas around it. And then I airbrush a bright green. So that way the white base makes the green really pop. So like, I'm gonna make this guy kind of a little too overboard. But if you kind of see how bright that glow looks, like many of his stuff is pretty dark, but the glow is fucking killer. That's what happened. That's basically my setup. It's like paint white, airbrush white ink, airbrush like a very thin green. I like contrast paints for this kind of highlighting because it's already like pretty thin. Yeah. And, oh yeah, thank you. The head I actually fucked up, funnily enough. I painted the dude's head and I hit it with my airbrush and it got way too much on the face and almost ruined it. I was able to correct it with like a little bit of touch-up colors to make it look more natural. It was real bad for a while. I was like, oh, I fucked it up. I ruined everything. And it's fine. It's fine now. It's fine now, but still. How you doing, Shadow? Welcome. So yeah, that generally by repeating that process, I can get very, very consistent bright glow effects on all my Skaven, which is what I try to do now, and it looks pretty good. Like that, this is like another thing like this. So if you see like, that's gonna glow white, this is gonna glow white, this guy's gonna glow white. I probably need to put a little white at the tip for the gun, but I did not drill the barrel in this crime. So I'm just gonna eventually, once I enamel this guy, white up top, airbrush it. As one dude. How you doing, shit? How you doing? I'm doing the big. I'm waiting for some dudes to dry, so I've been doing the big rat paints to compensate. I think they're ready now. See, can they stand on their own? Oh god, almost blasted some minotaurs with paint. How are you lads do? Yeah, they're stable enough. They're stable enough. Yeah, oh yeah, I do think the face eventually look good, but I did hit that stage of like, oh, I fucked up, I ruined everything, and it's fine now. And yeah, let's get some enamel paints. Let's get some goon grime. So we got the goon's grime, gotta shake it. The other enamel accessories out, aka the big dish of clean mineral spirits. I tend to think about medical. What other chaos factor? What other chaos demon factions? Who could do like medical war stuff? I also imagine Slanesh should be pretty good for that. How you doing, Theo? Welcome everybody. Welcome. You do not know me. I am Halbernal, the Mimic Elf. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle's game variety. Ooh, what are you writing? Oh yeah, that's a new category. God, there's once again these new categories. Pretty banging. Another thing of good time too. You can't really hear it, but I have my vortex mixed. And how you doing, Doc Irving? Welcome. How you doing? There's probably a couple of different ways to like. I think most of the Chaos Gods have a bunch of different alternate. If you really want to take different. I at one point, like, I really like, I've seen some people do like really abstract shapes for Tzeentch, which I really like. Like if you ever have an opportunity, look up like the cubes of Tzeentch, which was just like an army made of like little floaty cubes, and they look really good. Team building work. Oh, yo, let's go. No, that seems like a legit use for that category. Apply the enamel wash to the fat boy, as one does. So these fat boys are for Trench Crusade. With the idea that the wash will like grunge it up, but also kind of like even out some of the skin shading, which will be good. I might still have to touch it up a little. Ooh, how you doing, Goomy Bear? Oh yeah, you can lurk while you paint. Do not worry. Also, let's get really quickly. Let's do the Nanners fan club. And hey everybody, not know my snake name. Very good. She has got a rat in the fridge, which is going to be defrosting. Basically, what you do to defrost rats is you just put them in the fridge, out of the freezer, and they chill for a while. So, actually, opposite of chill, they unchill. And we're activating the points. All right, let me. Oh, and some bloke got you on there as well. You are a sophomore now. Oh God. Okay, hold on. Okay. Well, I think some bloke I can safely move. Let me know when you two nerds are done like point battling, because that will be relevant. Because once you're done point battling, I'm gonna hit the updater thing. Supposed to be a junior. Oh fuck. Okay, hold on. I can fix that. I can fix that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, hey, and you're right there, which is very convenient. Are now junior tier. So let's go. Let's go. You're out. All right. I think you're all good. I'm gonna hit the update button to see how this updates. Boop 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 boop. How you doing, Iron? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? Think about back into apothecary. Should have hmm, I don't know. Actually, I think apothecaries you typically want to do a battle brother because they're like healers. They're like healers. Unless you're doing like chaos when you could just straight up have one just like stealing gene seed. But yeah, if they're loyalists, I would say saving the battle brother. All right, let's activate the Updoot Nanners fan club button. Boo 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 boo. All right, with that, Sasha is still president, Shadow is now VP, and Moss is treasurer. Some bloke on the internet is sophomore rank, and Circe is here is junior rank. There we go. There we go. We are all updated. All updated for now. Let's go. Go to the painting screen. Hey, there we go. Okay. No, that's fair. Like, so listen. All is fair in love and Nanners fan club. If people want higher ranks in Nanners fan club, all they need to do is just watch more of my streams. It's super easy to do. If you're like, hey, I'm upset with my rank, just watch my streams. It'll be cool. The biggest brain. Stride. And a little thicken some stuff, which is spread it. So yeah, I'm using enamel washes. Are very, very nice. Activate them later to smooth things out. They have a very good work time. They just look pretty good. These ones, the Goonsgram stuff has some like little textures in it. I'm pretty happy the way these. If the grit collects in this guy's fucking butt crack, I'm gonna be not sad. I guess like that's to be expected. I guess. No, that's fair. You can at one point there is a plugin you can get that auto hits the box for you. I thought that was like a better TV thingy. That thing you're allowed to announce as a thing? I don't know. I know there's like some stuff you can't mention as a Twitch streamer, but I feel like that's probably fun. Can't imagine that would be a big deal. Make more sense. Yeah, I think a Battle Brother would definitely make more sense for Apothecary. A loyalist Apothecary, once again. Chaos Apothecary. I guess Chaos don't really have apothecaries outside of like stories anymore. I don't know if there's like I don't think there's a dedicated apothecary unit anymore, which is kind of a bummer, but whatever. That's fair. I got some like pretty low impact enamels, and I'm not working on them super duper long. It's being better like being cautious is reasonable. Like I'm fine because I use them just a little bit every now and then in the middle of a stream, and I'm not like big huffing. But that's a fair thing to do. Chat post. God. Couple of stuff. As a heads up, just sometimes chats go fast enough, I will miss post. It's not like it's not a deliberate missing, but not everyone will be hit. Thought about Slash is a mass factory production. You might want to explain that one, because I'm a little curious. Because like for me, I think Slanesh is kind of the opposite of mass production. Because of the striving for perfection means you don't want like a shitty mass-produced thing. You want like artisanal. You want personal. You want like the best you could possibly. I misused specifically on purpose. No, that's not true. But yeah, no. Actually, I don't want the butt crack to collect all the juices, but unfortunately, the folds are sort of made where that will happen. I dry brushed the metal on the feet, but I feel like I need to give that another layer. because he hates you. The VTuber ever misses your message, they hate you specifically. No, that's not true. Some people think that, and it's just, you know, there's just like decent amount of people active, pretty active chat. I'll miss some stuff. It's not me being mean. It's just by accident. No, they got little stumps. They got stump clumps. Yeah. Once again, these guys are fucked up. They're not having a good time. So yeah. That probably bit of dry. Work it. No, in theory, I have heard that like if I just want to blow dryer these guys, I might get some like less shiny results. I think I'm okay with leaving the way he is right now. I can also start to see some of the like little cuts, and let's get the rat. Let's get the rat while we're in it too. Let's get them. Okay, it's how you doing, Greg? I don't think I gave you a former howdy. The wretched have big cavernous cracks, so like when I'm applying the enamel wash, it does kind of drip into the forbidden gooch, the most dangerous gooch. So you know how it be. But yeah, they'll be oily. This will eventually dry in a way. Especially like I found out that like it eventually did dry pretty good for the last one I did this to. And I have been shaking this a lot harder. Good project didn't get sold to the masses. Well, that's still kind of contradictory to the Slanesh vision though, like of perfection. Like I see, I can understand like different takes on like Chaos God stuff. Like I think you could do like Nurgle as like a wasting, thin, emaciated, ghoulish kind of creatures. But I think just the very idea of like leaning into just kind of mass production and business. I mean, business could maybe work, but like I don't know. I also don't know how you would like represent on the table because you would need to have mass-produced stuff, which would not just, I don't know. There might be a way to workshop it. I'm not immediately seeing it off the top of my head. Forbidden gooch. Yeah, I mean, it's probably for the best of the gooch is forbidden. I don't know if we want accessible gooch. Open to the public gooch. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. It'd actually be nice. I've had this guy just like big sitting on my palette for a while. Get into here. Stuff. Like a nice unifying layer of grime. I think previously I did this a lot thicker, and I've been taking the advice of thinning it quite a bit. Like not a huge amount. Like I'm doing like basically like the ratios do not exist. I'm just kind of doing it by feel. I'm like definitely watering this down a bit. Like I've been like I still really the Dornian heresy, which I got introduced to a while ago. I've been aware of it for years, but I've never really looked into it kind of until recently. I don't like the idea of how the Blood Angels fell, but I like the idea of like Blood Angels as Nurgle infested, like Nosferatu vampire aspects. Kind of instead of like fat and blood, like thin and gangly, and like kind of take that idea of like, so Flesh Eater Courts and Age of Sigmar really have that like we see ourselves as regal noble beings, but we have degenerated and fallen to the point where we're monsters. I think you could do a Blood Angel style thing like that pretty nicely. So I have some ideas to lean into that as a concept. But yeah, the actual way they fell to Nurgle was kind of bad. I'm not a big fan. But I think the idea is solid, and I did get that STL like thing for like the Greyhound Studios? No, Grey Tide Studios, where I got all the Blood Angel bits, and some of the Blood Angels bits have the like really haunting like Gothic architecture look, which I think makes it look even better for like this kind of idea of Blood Angels. Lanky people eaters, shut up! But yeah, that's the dude. Like fencing, beginning cycle, advanced strength. Fencing is the kind of thing that, like, since you're in college, I would take advantage of that because, like, cycling. Oh god, I screwed the lid too hard and I popped it a little. Okay, not too bad. A little bit. Oh god, I gotta wipe my hands. I think I need to wash my. So fast. Yeah. Well, because, like, once again, strength training you can do on your own. Lifting you can do on your own. I mean, bicycling you can do on your own. Fencing is very hard to do on your own. I'm going to really quickly wash my hands because I probably shouldn't have this much hill spirits on that. So I will BRB. I'll be back real quick, though. Don't worry. Not a big deal. Those happen. Returning to the street. I'm putting on my headset again. So hold on. Okay, let me go. Hey, we back. As somebody who has taken so usually if you take those classes, they'll have the fees up front. You might want to ask about that. Scuba diving is interesting. So here's my idea. As somebody who's taken a scuba diving course in college, here's how it is. One, it is very neat to do that. Two, the entire course is like do these steps exactly or you will die. Not that that's a bad lesson to take away or anything. You are underwater for extended periods of time with precious gear. It does dampen the boner a bit when you're like, wow, underwater. And then you're just like learning about horrible ways you could explode. It's quite a bit. Mine was basically a scam too, which was shitty. I had a course where it's like, you could take our course and then you would get a certification. And I was like, ooh, I want to be scuba certified. So I took it. And they weren't lying about that. The problem was they're like, all right, if you want the scuba certification, like there was like a group that worked with the college. They're like, yeah, if you take some extra time to finish the course outside of college, I'm like, fuck you. And I was like, I'm not going to bother. Like, did I took a little course and I learned that scuba was neat. But I'm not going to go back. Like, fuck that idea. All right, those guys are drying a little bit. Let's get this guy. Let's get a little bit of stuff on this guy. He's been metal coated as shit. But yeah, I found that part particularly annoying, but otherwise I think scuba diving's pretty neat. I think it's pretty neat. Yeah, I can see the like. I'm sure there is a, like I said, I'm sure there is a way to do that idea for Slanesh. My baseline gut says that, like, I don't know. Really, because, like, if we're talking the gods of, like, industry, corn actually has a lot of infrastructure, which you don't associate with corn. Like, corn, because, like, corn is the god of the, like, most of the demon engines. Like, Nurgle's gotten a lot because, they got a codex. But, like, over the years prior to that point, you would get a lot more, like, militarized, you would get, like, the Blood Pack and whatever. You would get the Demon Agents back in the Horus Heresy were primarily corn-based. So, like, really, I think, like, corn's got the industry part of the Chaos Gods, I think, pretty wrapped up. People just don't associate with that because they assume Ooga Booga, corn does the big hit Sculptor to Skullthorn kind of thing, which is not entirely wrong. The idea of the Corn Berserker is the Corn Berserker, but, like, corn also does like it when you have a big fuck-off cannon that blows the fuck out of your opponents. And, like, even some of his demons have cannons. That's gotta come from somewhere. I would like to maybe get, like, a Lord of Skulls. Like, or, like, the Chitin... I don't know. There's, like, a big corn vehicle that I'm like, oh, that'd be neat. Yeah, Vastor's got that going on, too, for sure. Which... I think I like Vastor a lot. I do feel that that's stealing a little bit of Corn's thunder, but whatever. Whatever. I think it's worth it because Vastor's neat. I'm okay with that. Oh, you're cut. Hashut, yeah. Hashut, if he's around, you could. I don't know if there's like a 40k Hashut. Maybe. It's one of those things that there's enough stuff in 40k. I'm sure there's like a funny one-handed, like offhanded reference to him. I still really like the idea of like getting some like Chaos Voton where like a Voton ancestor core is corrupted, calling itself Hashut, and then like making Chaos Dwarves because some sneaky like Zinch guy just kept feeding it dead dwarves just filled with just like chaos runes and lore in their memories and stuff like that. So whenever they got uploaded to the afterlife, they would just kind of keep uploading chaos corruption to this old machine. How you doing, Bunny? How you doing? Welcome. How you doing? Works in the semester. I mean, you'll probably just be doing it entirely inside. But yeah, I think, assuming it doesn't cost a lot of extra money, this would be a good opportunity to do like a wacky, fun sort of like, like kind of hobby thing, like kind of like a fun, wacky little sport equivalent thing. I would say give that a go. I would say give that a go if you have the option to. So any fencing, scuba, figure skating, any of those would be good choices. Yeah, it's that kind of thing. It would cost you more money later if you decide to do those things, so you might as well do them now. You know. But as usual, just like, don't do anything you don't want to do. But like, if you have any interest in any of those things, even slightly, you would be wasting the opportunity not to do. And a bit of, I'm giving him a very generic, like, hey, whoa, he's got red cloth. Whoa, this hell guy's got red cloth, huh? On there. Got like a little bit wrapping around the something like this. Ice raking floor. That would make sense. Also, Snagted, this is not me being mean. I have a huge amount of Floridians as my viewers. It's kind of wild how this keeps happening. I don't like hate Florida or anything. You're in good company. Also, one of his horns snapped off of it. It's just funny how often this keeps happening. I'm legitimately surprised how often this keeps happening. You're doing A-okay? Hell yeah, let's go. Let's go. Apparently, I'm glad a lot of you guys are doing. I heard the hurricanes was pretty bad, but apparently it's getting a little better, so that's good. I know Fox lives in Florida, and I think she had like real bad power issues for a while. Yeah, that's true. They see my big chunky tail, and they're like, he is a gay. I have seen alligator VTubers. They're not super common. I think the one I can think of is like her name is like Croco something or other. I don't know a huge like. There's a whole sphere of VTubers that I'm like, I am aware. Floridians do like my wonderful sponsor, Collectible Squids, a local game store in the heart of Florida. I say heart of Florida, somewhere in there. There we go. Hey, Gator, why are we keeping out Gator? I hardly know her, but I do hardly know her. There's just like a lot of VTubers that I'm aware of that I've never actually like really super interacted with. I guess something to that degree. Ciphering power. I could see that. It's just, I also really like the idea of like more like minor chaos gods and demigods doing their own little bullshit. I like the big four, but I kind of like it when chaos gets a little chaotic. A lot of chaos is very like, we are chaos. We are rigid things that do very specific deeds. And we're like, that's not really that chaotic, my dude. Not chaotic at all. How are the lads dry? Doing alright. Do I have... Everybody, do I have a blah? What are my blah? I'm joking. I'm gonna go grab really quick. I'm not even gonna do a beat. I'm just gonna grab some Q-tips. Hold on. All right, so I'm grabbing me some Q-tips because you can use those to like dab stuff. Snow growth. I grew up with a lot of snow. I live in an area with very little snow now, but snow was definitely a big part of growing up. It's gotten to the point where the color is mostly. They're moe as fuck Q-tips. I've actually seen some like Q-tips that are made for gunpla people looking. They have like really cool they got like little they got like little triangle points that are a bit more precise. It's like you can get like them a little bit more precise, and also so that ways like I don't know. I know some Q-tips, if you do it kind of wrong, you could actually remove some of the stuff too much. Or no, not remove it. It's you actually like leave a little bit of like fluff behind. I mean, I would not be surprised if they're like, Psh, we just make these at a nearby factory. Let's upsell them to nerds. A lot of things that are like aimed at war gamers or like mini people, like they're just art things that get upsold, which is fine, I guess. Like it's not too bad. I understand catering to a niche, but still very funny. But yeah, like, oh yeah, a lot of dry brushes are just makeup brushes. Not that like, I think if you get like an artist opus brush, they're pretty solid. They're not bad. I like my artist opus brush. But yeah, no, there are some that are just straight up. Ooh, there we go. Getting some accidental drippiness in a bad way. There's probably still gonna be like little grit bits. So basically what we're doing is I'm taking what's it called? I'm taking one tip that has mineral spirits. I'm reapplying mineral spirits. What are you doing, Justy J? Good orange fight. What is an orange fight actually? I think I just kind of overlooked that. I kind of just like looked over that that phrase. What does that mean? Someone who is not Floridian. Yeah, how's it going, Jesse? How's it going? Yeah, this is makeup for lads. What chapter? This is actually for a game called Trench Crusade. This is called the Wretched. He is a horribly whipped, mistreated slave that gets used for blood magic. They basically harvest his suffering and blood, and the demons that kind of own him siphon that into great spells. They not actually do anything Warhammer did. Do I have Warhammer my thing? Maybe. I don't need. Oh, I still haven't set the orcs. Oh, that's what's going on. That's why people are like, what the fuck Warhammer is this? No, this is not for Warhammer. Okay, that was. I used to do that kind of like still tag Warhammer when I'm doing other stuff on the Warhammer category. I don't need to do that anymore now because we got a new category. Pick up oranges. Oh, it's literally an orange fight. Okay, I thought that was like being like a cheeky name. No, that sounds like fun. I have been to Florida a couple times because I had some like adopted relatives that live there. I remember seeing a lemon that was the fucking size of my head. I was young at the time, but I was like, what the fuck? It's like when you go to a grocery store or like see TV, you know what a lemon looks like. You're like, oh, lemon. They're small. They're lemon shaped. Nothing weird. A lemon. And then you go to Florida and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And they're like, it's a lemon, baby Hal. I'm like, no, that's not right. Listen, I know what lemons are and that's not a lemon. And they're like, try it, eat it. And I did. And I'm like, oh god, that's sour. No, that's a lemon. That's a lemon. Like visually, you could be like, I debate thee. And then you eat the lemon. You're like, no, yep, that's lemon. Lemon is true. Lemon do be real. Yeah, so yeah, there we go. This did actually kind of like even out the tones. Like there's like little dirt deposits in some of the folds. But I think that's kind of fine. Like a little intentional thing. Oh shit, we're getting to black and yellow sketch. Oh, so this is actually just. Oh yeah, no, this is just reawakening some of the little cuts I put on him. Oh, this is perfect actually. Excellent. Yeah, it sounds like a grapefruit. I swear it's a lemon. I swear the thing I saw was a lemon. I'm not hallucinating. He's a VTuber. I can't read. Exactly. No, I read pretty. I have to read a lot very quick though. So that's the issue. Yeah. No, understandable you think this is Warhammer though. It's a very grimdark model, and then also like I do peek out into the category. You do see a lot of people doing like Warhammer stuff, which is fine. I'm okay with that. That's not a big deal. It is nice though because I do get to do more minis that aren't Warhammer. That corn on the grill. That grilled corn. So long. I grew up in an area that was very like it wasn't a southern state, but it had similar vibes. And like I do remember getting like, oh, I haven't had some good fried green tomatoes in so long. Ooh, some fried green tomatoes? Oh, baby, it's been a while since I had those. I guess I could just make those. Oh yeah, yeah, if you would like to check out the game Trench Crusade, it is the playtest rules are free. It does not require a lot of minis. Uh, there's going to be a Kickstarter for official minis, but they're very like, yeah, kit bash, use whatever the fuck you want. We don't give a shit, which I like. Yeah, oh yeah, that absolutely sounds like lovely. I would love to eat that right the fuck now. Dude, how's this guy turn out? Brother? I don't know. I don't like to imagine these are brothers. I like to imagine that these are two separate beings who have been hideously torture warped. They really are good. To be fair, it is one of those things that if you explain fried green tomatoes to someone, they're like, why would you do that? I imagine it's like a thing where it's like, it feels like one of those things that at one point might have been like a poverty thing. You're like, we only have green tomatoes. All of our crops are eaten by like weevils or whatever. Like, fry it. We can save it. We can save this. That's fair. Honestly, I still don't get that. Not you personally. It still kind of blows my mind that there are people that hate tomatoes. I understand for some of them it's like a texture thing, but it's like, God, I grew up. I love tomatoes, and it's like I never ran into that like distaste growing up either. Like I knew people who were. I knew a guy who was so picky he wouldn't eat spaghetti. Like he would straight up, like whenever we would have spaghetti, he would just have buttered, not even buttered noodles. I think he'd just have raw noodles. Like you just have spaghetti noodles without sauce. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I understand being picky, but I don't understand this. Do not understand your strange logic. Speaking of tomatoes and quack, what is wait, what is quack though? I don't know that. I don't know that. They do be squishy. Yeah, snacks. Snacks is more sound great. Maybe possibly because they're worked out. I don't like tomatoes. Oh, that's fair. I guess that is that thing too. Growing up, you're trying to figure out what you don't like out of stuff. So it's like a kind of a crapshoot. I'm very happy the way the boy has turned out. Like, ooh, all the bits I'm like, oh, this is a little streaky in a way I'm not super jazzed about. Turned out great. Like, look at that fucking like divot in the belly button. Because he's got like a chain pulling up the belly button. Like the one thing I need to do is like eventually when he's dry. Oh, just guacamole. Okay, I've never heard it with a K. I just need to re-dry brush the feet because apparently all the shiny has been removed from the feet. Otherwise, really fucking good. He'll need to be like the base will need to be worked on. Conceptually, he's doing great. How about you, Mr. Skaben? What are you doing like? Do I want to try to? Yes, I do. Yeah, this is working this out. Yeah, let's do a new. The nice thing about Q-tips is I bought these Q-tips for my airbrush cleaning like 2 years ago. I bought like a big fucking like hundo pack, and They're moving. I've been too hard. Was this on too thin? Sometimes I wonder about that, where it's like, sometimes the enamel stuff seems fine, sometimes it feels like it's taking off too much. I don't know what's up with that. I need to touch up his foot, though. Yeah, pickles are weird in that, like, I typically don't like pickles, but sometimes I get, like, fierce cravings for them. Like, there was a period of time a couple months ago that I was batch making pickles in my fucking house. Here's the thing, though. Here's a surprisingly good secret, quote-unquote, secret ingredient for making homemade pickles. Spicy ranch powder. Spicy ranch seasoning powder. It sounds like, I don't know if that sounds extra white trash or whatnot. It makes bitchin' spicy pickles. You get the ranch stuff, but you get the spice, which really jazzes it the fuck up. Strong recommend if you ever try to make your own pickles. Give that a go at least once. I grew up white trash as well. I was like, that's one of those things. I grew up white trash. I've reasonably well adjusted myself. However, at any given time, I will learn that an impulse I've held onto for years is a white trash impulse. I don't know. Yeah, home pickling, it's fun to do. You actually don't need much. You just need like white vinegar, some sugar and salt. Then you get some, get some mason jars, get some pickles, and then like whatever you want to use for flavor, like dill, pretty common. But I use dill, and then also I guess I use the spicy ranch. It's pretty good. Like I like that combo of stuff. I like the combo of stuff. I'm struggling to figure out. Sometimes when I do this, it will remove nothing. Other times, it is actually removing paint from the Skaven. I think I basically dabbed off a lot of stuff I want to dab off. I will need to leave him the fuck alone, though, so I do not further. Born in the back of a trailer mood. Oh, fuck yeah. You were born in the back of a trailer next to a cow. So you're just like, move, and you're like, oh, bless his heart. Oh no, that also. Pick that up. Try the bottom, because I think some of the bottom. Yep, there we go. Move that over there. The Home Depot base. I don't say base very often. For some reason, that's just very that activated. I know I wasn't born in a traditional sense, but I was implanted into a human family at a hospital. I have not been back there since. I assume it's still like hospital out of 10 as a location. There we go. Thing is, I always assume hospitals make like crazy banks, so it's like how the fuck do you fail as a hospital to the point where you become a Home Depot? Oh, wild. From the outer plane, just phased in. I don't know. I was definitely implanted. I just don't know the specifics. Just checking my glove real quick. Glove is fine. Glove is life. Glove is love. Snooty city people. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Some of that is silly. I don't know if I don't know. I'm definitely willing to try things, and I assume some of that is not entirely as bad as that sounds. There are those type of people do exist though. The strata I have put myself in is person who does minis, which kind of like there's definitely like an income bracket that just owning a Warhammer army places you in. As in, like, you know, you have to have, like, I'm not rich by any means. I do okay at best. But it's like, I'm not destitute. However, this also means I'm very likely to never own a home because of all the armies. Again, most of mine are financed from a wonderful sponsor, Collectible Squids, because of all the sick deals and all the nice stuff you nerds get from them. This is very, very good. Spawn is 50% elf mimic. No, I was not directly put inside of a human woman. No, it's like there was a baby that was going to be human Hal. That baby got replaced with me. I don't know what happened to that baby. I like to think in the most copium way possible that the guild was like, hey, this baby is not gonna make it. Because like I heard that like tales of my supposed birth involve like umbilical cords wrapped around things that should not be wrapped around like necks. Maybe that like the baby didn't make it, which is a weird thing to wish, but then there'd be less trouble. Parents, they're like, hey, they still got a baby at the end. That's a better cope than, oh yeah, they took a healthy baby. Where's that baby at? Who the fuck knows? Huh. Yeah, they just took the jock baby. They're like, oh no, he won't do. No, that from what I understand from the guild, that Moe Kyun elf fuck buddy what do world does not exist. That does not exist. Despite tales of my death, I survived. Oh, are you one of those like people that got like an obituary early? Like there's some people that happens to where like they think they're dead and the obituary goes in the paper and they're like, I'm not dead yet. I still live. How you doing, Clay? How you doing? How you doing? Mimic lore is neat. It's my life is weird. My life is both weird and mundane at the same time. It's a nice combo. I am a weird person. I do not do well in like normie society, but I can function as one. But this is a good outlet for my weird, which I appreciate. Yeah, maybe he did just get isekai though into like the hero protagonist or whatever. The thing is, I'm pretty sure if isekai protagonist Hal saw me as Hal, he'd be like, "You're a monster, time to die." I'd be like, "Oh please, no, I just paint miniatures. Wait, I just paint miniatures." Being wrapped down in places shouldn't be. Am I stealing it? Yes, I broke into your hospital and I've actually stole your records. Now I was like, what I understand. Once again, this is not necessary. This is the baby that was Hal, so I don't know much about the exact details. Apparently, it was like an umbilical cord wrapped around the neck that cut off oxygen to both the baby and my adopted mother. So things are real touch and go for a while, but it worked out, I guess, or it didn't work out. But at least the mother lived, and then I got to live, and then weird stuff. Once again, the more I think about, the more I need to lean onto the cope, because otherwise the implications of my life are grim. Dire as hell. So John Tutorial Man is doing pretty good. Like, oh, he does have a wood handle. Yeah, I do. When it comes to my birth, I mainline the copium. Otherwise, I'm living pretty aight. I don't dwell upon my life at the beginning too much. But yeah, because I am like a funky little shapeshifter, they were just like, let's stick him in a human family and see how he raises. Let's see how this works out. I did fine. I didn't kill anyone, so that's cool. That I'm aware of anyway. But you know, I feel like if I did, I would have heard about it in like a paper or something. So hey, raising elf successful. Produced a VTuber. Raising elf unsuccessful. Well, you know it be. Bringing a person to like old man age is good enough. That's good enough. Yeah, some days we do exist, then we stop, but then that's life, baby. On one hand, it's like, do I want to? I think with the horns, I feel like I should jazz up the horns a little. People write lore. I do that. I got real life. Isn't from what I said about Aurelia's lore? She's like purposely a real OC do not steal character in a way that was very indulgent and like, fuck yeah, good for her. Fuck yeah, good for her. It's like the vaguest idea I'm aware is that like she's like Sol Sanguinius went Doki Doki is now getting into Warhammer, which I love that origin. It's really fun. Like as just like a thing that a person can experience in this world. Yeah, Yume Joshi for Sanguinius, which I get it. There's like Sangi is the one that makes the most sense to be a Yume Joshi for. I absolutely believe that there's a kind of person out there that would be a Yume Joshi for like Conrad Kurz. I believe that lady exists somewhere out there. The thing is, I just think that lady doesn't know about Warhammer much, because to be fair, on the 10, a lot of times you're like, what is this? There's a bunch of dudes in power armor slapping the shit out of some orcs. So like a lot of people just don't know about the Yume Joshi potential of the Primarchs. They're there. They're waiting for you to write self-insert fanfiction where you cure Curse's troubled rough heart and then maybe give big kiss on mouth. I'm sure a lady or dude, you're allowed to do this, you're a dude too. I'm not gonna judge. Whoever that person is not, those people do kind of exist a little bit. But I think there's in my brain, there's two types of Yume Joshi, and this is not a dig on either one. There are Yume Joshi that like Sanguinius, and then there's like Yume Joshi that wants to kiss the guy from Postal. And not that the Sanguinius one, like the pretty boy kissers are weak or anything, but the Yume Joshis that want to kiss Postal Dude are incredibly powerful. Dear God, I see those. They do the art that you would have never thought to do. It's amazing. It's legitimately, I I am fascinated. I know one. I will not say her name, but like I know one of these people, and I reflexively kneel. Like that one Baki picture is like everyone is kneeling out of respect. I can see that. Vulcan just, yay, there we go. I feel like Vulcan would say that, like if you did like a big, like if you were like a guardsman or auxiliary at the time, and you did a big defense of a planet, you'd be like, good job. You're like, can I get a hug, Vulcan? I feel like Vulcan would be like, yeah. I don't see why he wouldn't. As long as you're not an Eldar child, I think Vulcan will hug you at least for a little bit. Then again, he does feel bad. From my understanding, he feels bad about the Eldar child thing. I think he feels upset about punting the baby, but like, you know, Primarchs, they be like that sometimes. Got these little fiddly horns that like shouldn't have broke, but I definitely like mishandled them, which also adds a little bit to the battle damage. Getting some grit. Actually, fuck. I shouldn't have painted these copper. I should have painted these. Yeah, I should have painted these like blue or something. All right, I'll hold off on him for a little. I am proud of you, child of fire. You have protected us weaker, done all that you could. Embrace the wolf that you have given others, my little one, and just accidentally crushes you because, you know, Primarch strength. You just, all the bones snap, and you're just like, thank you. Not Fulgrim. No. Thank you, Fulgrim would be a very different mood. No, thank you, Fulgrim. There we go. That's the word I wanted to say. If Fulgrim's giving you a hug, it's to eventually psychologically damage you later. At you, and you know it's about time. Yukari probably hit it. Yeah, also fair. Yeah, I get it. I get the hate. I understand. That's how you do in Party Book. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, exactly. Where it's like, is it fanon that's not necessarily canon? Probably doesn't matter. Nah, if you're having fun with it, it's fine. 40k canon is very fluid and stupid anyway. Do what you want. Thinking about doing what I want. Unfortunately, no, I don't want to stop streaming, but I got to. So let's go. The chatting screen. All right, thank you for coming, everybody. I had a lot of. Oh, hold on. Actually, move to the outro. Hey, there we go. Thank you for coming, everyone. I had a lot of fun. I don't have a formal schedule up for next week, but I can tell you what's going to be on the schedule. Tuesday, Outer Wilds. Yes, Outer Wilds will continue until it's done, but I know what I'm going to be doing with Outer Wilds. I'm trying to do stuff on the ship, which will be neat. Then on Wednesday, we'll be doing some mini painting. I don't know what I'm going to be doing for the mini painting on Wednesday and Sunday. I'm not super got anything locked in place yet. I might try to finish off my word bearers. I feel like that would be nice just to get them done because they've been on my desk and taunting me forever. So maybe I'll do that. Who knows? Maybe I'll work on some of my Relic Blade stuff. On Saturday, I want to play a video game. I know a lot of people have played this video game already, but I want to play Mouthwashing. I keep hearing it's fucking amazing, and as a guy that likes grotesque things, whenever I see a dude with skin burnt off, covered in bandages, I'm like, I'm probably going to enjoy that. I'm probably going to enjoy this game. I'm like, okay. This seems right up my alley. I think I'm going to give that a go. So yeah, Saturday we'll be playing Mouthwashing, which I think I can finish in one stream too. So if you've already seen a bunch of Mouthwashing, I'm sorry. I need to do it. I need to do it. And let me see. Who is on and who is in the minis category? Crossing my fake. I have not. I feel like if Mouthwashing had cannibalism, I would have found out about it. Weirdly enough, I feel like I would have heard about that. So I don't know. Who knows? If it's got cannibalism, that'd be pretty banging. Hey, I'm glad you had fun, Stacktooth. I do. Like I said, I do mini painting on the regs, so that should be fun. And shit, I don't think I ever get to see her this time. I think I know who I want to raid. Oh yeah, we do. I am easily the most consistent miniature painting VTuber, which is enough qualifiers that I think I can say that with some confidence. It could be possible that there's just like another VTuber that paints every day, and I just never see them because of like they're like British or something like that. So like the times don't line up. But yeah, thank you for coming, everybody. I had a good time. Everybody on YouTube, I will see you on I'll see you on Tuesday because I stream video games on YouTube now. I'll see you on Tuesday for Outer Wilds. So bye, YouTube people. Bye bye. Take it easy.